Hey, what's going on, guys? Past the Gravy episode 467. Alex, Pat, and Bo back at it again in the saddle. And Bo is COVID negative. Everybody, round of applause. Round of applause for Bo. Let's clap it up.
You beat it.
Pause,
Good job, man.
The podcast, please, to clap it up. Yeah, way to go, buddy. You're a survivor. You are a survivor.
You're a survivor. Yeah, I didn't know the word, so I stopped.
It was touch and go there for a little bit. I wasn't it just seemed like the test kept coming back positive. I was telling my mom to remember me fondly. She would say, "Shut up, you're crazy." But I just how I felt.
They don't say "I love you" in the family home either. Okay.
It's the shut up. Yeah, shut up is "I love you." Like, I get it, Mom. Thanks. Shut up to you too.
That's why I'm always trying to get you guys to stop talking. That's
not because we're annoying. It's because you love us, right?
Yeah. But that's how I express it.
There we go. We'll cut that. We'll cut that part of it. I was thinking the other day, because I knew somebody else that had COVID. It was like a couple of weeks. They just kept testing positive. They're like, I don't have any symptoms. I feel fine. Like, it just keeps showing up positive. Like, what if like COVID just broke you? Like, it just was stuck in you forever. And it's like, you're not really transmitting it to anybody, but just you always got COVID positive for the rest of your life. Like, what? Like, do you think that's been the case with anybody? It's like 2 years ago they tested positive and they've tested positive ever since. Just because, like, I don't know what happened. It got stuck in me. I don't know.
I'm shedding the virus, shedding the spike proteins.
The spikes, yeah, the spikes are still spiked to you.
It's just coming off of me every single time I breathe. Just like right now, it's coming off of me. I'm shedding it.
You could be like the disease version of MGK, where he was like, "I am weed." You could just be like, "I am COVID."
Dude, yeah, you could be like the bad guy. Oh, y'all don't watch Stranger Things. You could be like the bad guy in Stranger Things. That seems like a science version of Stranger Things would be like that.
I watch Stranger Things.
Or Robert could
get the reference.
If you had COVID forever, we could use you as a weapon. You could be a spy for our country, and like we just make you the Russian ambassador. So like we go over there and you meet Putin.
Trying to do to an extent.
You meet Putin, and then bam, that's how we take out Putin.
I'm not sure if I want to be a biological weapon.
It's not your call, man. Your country is calling upon you.
Dude.
Are you going to answer the call?
Yeah. Are you gonna step up to bat, or are you gonna just they're like, Bo, our newest recruit. We need you. We need you to save the planet, save the world, save the earth, save the United States. You're like,
I missed the call.
What do I gotta do? He's like,
we need you to
cough on Putin.
Save Ukraine, and
I didn't recognize the number.
Yeah.
Save Ukraine and the entire Russian country from an evil dictator, and you were just like, not taking the vibes. Not for me.
This new phone.
My phone's on silent. I don't like hearing the ringer.
Airplane mode.
Yeah.
I mean, the government usually does take no for an answer well, so I'm pretty sure they would just let you walk away.
That's true, yeah. Historically, governments are pretty chill. And you're like, nah. Yeah, all right, well, we'll figure something else out.
Especially as I try to breathe on them. Yeah.
Well, they'd be in the hazmat suits. It'd be like E.T. You haven't seen that, have you?
I've not seen E.T.
Pat, you get it, where they show up in the hazmat suits.
Oh, yeah.
It just seems like he's just agreeing to it.
No, What, you think I haven't seen E.T.?
That was the scariest part of E.T. as a kid.
Yeah.
It was terrifying.
And then years later, you go back and you're like, oh, dude, the little girl's Drew Barrymore.
If you really seen it, then where does he phone?
Home, bitch.
Everybody knows that.
He also jumps the bike across the moon, dog.
Yeah, those are the only two things I know.
Oh, I'm going to teach you another little thing. So if people ask you, you can act like you've seen it. When E.T. is, when they're trick-or-treating for Halloween and somebody's dressed up as Yoda, he's like, oh. So like maybe it's an Easter egg that Yoda exists in E.T.'s universe and he recognized him.
And he also was like a teacher for a band, right? He was a band teacher for the school.
Yes, he was.
Yeah.
And I mean, and we did see the ET animals in the Star Wars universe. So there you go.
It makes too much sense, really. Makes too much sense. So this is a pretty good start for the PreCum segment. Just
hell yeah.
ET. Fellas talk ET, you know. Fun fact about ET: the little kid that did the stunt where he's riding the bike past the moon. That was Lance Armstrong, a young Lance Armstrong. People don't know that.
I thought it was a young Neil Armstrong.
No, Lance, but he actually inspired Neil to want to go to the moon.
That makes sense. Yeah,
That's where little Neil saw ET. It was like, I got to go to the moon. So in 1969, he became the first person to step foot there.
There you go.
I always know
that we know
moon
about
landing. I always know the moon landing year because it was 1969, and it's like forever. Can't take that away. If random things that happen right there, sticks here. Anything else? No. Taxes?
Not surprising.
I don't know.
Not surprising
that dinner?
Kennedy was the president.
But Dallas did away with him pretty quickly, didn't they?
Bastards.
Anyways, let's move on to the pre-com segment. Who brought something to the class that they wanted to share with everybody to start things off?
I'll go. I was reminded today that I'm an owner because I got my annual owners meeting for the Packers packet in the mail, which if I was able to go, I get 4 tickets to go to the fucking meetings.
Dude, so me and Robert, and then who? Your brother.
Yeah, like I would fucking take him anywhere. Are you kidding me?
Well, we would have to buy the tickets for him because he's not going to be fucking.
I just spent a weekend with him and he shut the fuck up for the entire time. Not doing that again.
Talk about Fox News a lot.
No, he just argues nothing against nobody.
Like nobody's fighting with you. Well, it's bullshit. I agree with you.
Yeah, but it's in the middle of July. I can't take any more time off work in this time span because we got other shit going on. So can't do that. Then I got a couple stories from my dad this weekend, which were absolutely phenomenal. First, he tells me this story of after he graduated high school, one of his buddies, you know, he's up in Rhode Island. One of his buddies goes off to school in the most western part of Pennsylvania. So him and a couple buddies get together and they're like, hey, we're going to go visit him. They grab a couple coffee cans and go back to the high school they just graduated with and walk around classroom to classroom for I don't remember his buddy's name, so I'll make one up, the Robert Barbosa Beer Fund. And the teacher's all out, and they're going classroom. They get gifted enough money to buy like 15 fucking cases of beer. They load up in one of their buddies' cars, and they fucking take off. Now, they left at like 3 o'clock in the afternoon. It's a long drive. They didn't get in till like 2 o'clock in the morning because it was also so dark and foggy. They were having to take turns of one person hanging off the hood of the fucking car, gripping each side and their feet hooked in where the windshield wipers are, peering over the edge, just calling out where the yellow dashed line was because they couldn't see the fucking lines in the road. And right away I was like, okay, so you guys were fucking stupid. That makes sense. You got 15 cases of beer and a guy hanging off the hood. Good thing no cops pulled you over.
What could go wrong?
Yeah. They get out there and first of all, I guess whatever beer they had was real good because they show up with all this beer from fucking Rhode Island. All the Western Pennsylvania guys are trading them 2 for 1 because they'd never heard of it. So right away, fucking the greatest transaction of all this free beer. They're getting more free beer on top of it. They're partying with my buddy and he tells them, hey, tomorrow night we're going to go watch this band in the gymnasium of the school. It's like a 4,000 seat band. It was fucking Kansas. But Dad got to see Kansas in 1975 before they really fucking blew up just because he happened to visit his buddy at college that weekend. That's fucking asshole. Yeah. So then he's telling me about he's got this CBD company that he's doing as well with Bo Jackson, which by next year might be the official CBD of Major League Baseball. It's probably heading that way, so that's pretty cool. That's pretty sick. But he tells me Bo goes to Major League Baseball headquarters for this meeting. And he steps off the elevator and you can see in the conference room right in front of him, there's this giant fucking guy sitting at the table and a bunch of people sitting around him. But after he steps off, all the people are like craning their head around looking, going, that's Bo Jackson. That's Bo Jackson. The guy stands up and turns around. It's CC Sabathia. Now, if you remember, CC, when he played, Alex was 6'7", 270, probably.
It's a big dude, closer to 300 than not.
I'm going to guess he's a little bit bigger now. But he turns around.
He's actually gotten in shape. He's actually gotten in shape.
Okay, that's good. But either way, he was there because Major League Baseball just gave him like $15 million for some like youth program or something. But he turns around, sees Bo, and in this conference room in front of everyone, drops his pants, puts his leg up on the table because on the inside of his thigh, he's got a big old Bo Jackson tattoo that he wanted to show Bo in person. I was like,
That's pretty dope.
I don't know what I would be thinking if CC Sabathia turned around, saw Bo Jackson, just dropped his pants. I'd be like, what sort of territorial thing is happening right now?
And what's about to go down?
I was like,
Pretty
that's pretty fucking crazy. But I was like, all right. I learned my dad was a fucking moron after high school. CC Sabathia likes to tattoo other sports stars next to his dick. And I'm going to start promoting the CBD business next year with my dad.
That's pretty
Hopefully.
dope.
Hopefully.
They should be the official
Well,
sponsor of Pass the Gravy.
Dude,
we need to
I
do
mean,
it.
yeah, well, it's not like official yet, but like after Bo talked, he talked to the vice commissioner of Major League Baseball, which is pretty fucking important. And they said all they have to do now is get some like RFA waiver or something, which is like coming in the next 3 months, but they've already given Bo and Harold Reynolds permission to like start promoting the fucking product. So like I've got a bunch of gummies in my computer bag right now that I've been taking all week. Pretty nice.
Do you think Bo's gonna be the next Frank Thomas? It's like, hey, and fellas, she'll like it too.
I don't think Bo needs that. Bo only
testosterone things where it's like, hey, we're talking about fucking. That's right.
Well, he's not just like he's not a spokesman. He's like the co-chairman of the company. It was like it was like Bo
gotta be in the commercials, you know.
It was like Bo and the guy that like runs the pharmaceutical side of it, like the company that created it all. They like started the company together, and like when in the next, I don't know, couple years, the FDA is finally going to release the guidelines on CBD and what they need. 90% of the market's going to be gone because it's not going to raise it, but they're already like well exceeding it. So hopefully in the next couple of years, my dad's so fucking rich that I can just become a trust fund baby and
podcast full time.
Just focus on the podcast and just live my life oxy content all the time.
That's the dream.
Just do the podcast all day and then have a nice Vicodin.
You could do some cocaine. You just get into cocaine. That's what rich kids do. That's a big coke guy.
More of Pepsi.
Whatever.
Actually,
you get your hands on, really.
More of a Dr. Pepper Zero guy. Actually, these
Dr.
days.
Thunder.
He probably has a zero. I don't know. Hey, hopefully I'll just I'll be able to afford the name brands all the time. Then I won't even have to worry about Dr. Thunder.
Yeah, like cocaine.
Yes.
Namely cocaine.
Just do cocaine in public, like not even caring. Like officer stops you. What are you doing? I was like, I don't care. I'm rich. Oh, sorry, sir. Go on your way.
I want to just do that.
Like Amber Heard doing it on the fucking stand.
You see somebody doing cocaine like at a party. You're like, what is he, fucking rich? Like, quit drawing attention to what I'm doing right now, man.
Must be fucking nice.
You know what? I wish I owned a bank. Is this Mr. America? As in Bank of America? Nice to meet you.
I believe his name was Captain America.
No, his Bank of America.
Captain was his
Captain
nickname.
America was his brother.
Because when you're so rich, you just get to give yourself nicknames. He gave himself the nickname Captain.
Like Captain Crunch.
Exactly. He was more of an ad.
People forget that.
Well, actually, I believe the symbol on his shoulder was that of an admiral. So Captain was just a nickname for him.
Just call him Captain.
Yeah. He wasn't Captain.
He was kind of, because he was an admiral and he's going by Captain.
But when you're an admiral, you can do what you want. And he can say that it's no cap.
He was bussing, bro.
For reals.
Bussing, no cap. 12 people might have got any of that reference, which I don't even really know what it said either. I just want to start using bussing a lot.
Oh yeah,
passing the vibes check. I've really used that. I feel like a lot more, and that was my New Year's resolution. I had to add bussing to my vocabulary.
Anytime Rod shows you anything, you should expect that's bussing.
That's bussing, dude. No cap.
That's all I got. Anyway.
Bo, what'd you bring in today?
We already went over it. I'm free.
You're a hero. You're a survivor, but you would not save your country. You would not save your country if called upon.
I've already been through enough.
Okay.
It's pretty shocking learning that CC Sabathia had a tattoo on his inner thigh of Bo here.
Mm-hmm.
I've been stuck on. Like, do you ever get sucked into like a ad wormhole where it's like it's just you get the same ads over and over again. You're like, I've never once clicked on this. I've never once like downloaded this or like even gone to the website of it. I have had, it's called Mafia City is what it's called. I'm just gonna say Mafia City, Mafia City, Mafia City, Mafia City, Mafia City. So now if you're listening, your phone heard it too. So you'll get the ads too. But they're very like weird ads for some phone game. And it's like level 1, like you're like level 1 crook. And then there's like level 100 mafia boss, and it's the crook, and he's eating his food. And then the mafia boss like kicks him over and takes his food and throws it to his dog. And his dog eats it and then pees on the guy. And then it's like the guy chooses revenge or forgiveness, and he chooses revenge. And then you see the guy kill him, and it's like Mafia City, download now. But like there's like 100 different ads for it, and every time I'm on Instagram or Twitter, I get an ad for it. And I finally just was like, okay, well, like other people have to be like, this is such a like ridiculous ad that like they like people had to say some shit to it, right? And like the first comment I saw when I clicked the comment says, "Wake up, babe, the new Mafia City ad's out." I was like, okay, so other people are like, okay, because it's like a really shitty storyline in like 30 seconds, and there's like download now, and it gives you some bullshit code to download the game. And I've never downloaded the game. I'm not going to download the game, but it's just like, I don't know, they should make it a TV show instead of a game. I've not even played the game, but I'm already down. I'd watch Mafia City.
I do love that. I was actually disappointed as soon as you started talking. I went on Instagram and started scrolling, hoping that it would be the first ad I got, and it wasn't.
Just look up Mafia City. Don't worry, you'll start seeing them.
That did make me think of, remember the old Facebook games from like back in the poke days of Facebook?
Farmville.
I'm talking like before that. I remember my buddy, my best friend, played like a mafia one, and he got like really high up in the mafia, and it just made me think of that. What a ridiculous thing.
I mean, the ads are riveting. Like I'm like, oh, this is a new one. I haven't seen this one. Let's watch this. So like that's my engagement with it, I guess. But I'm never gonna download it. But like the entertainment value is pretty crazy. It'll be like, oh, this guy saved a woman from a train that was about to hit her. He pulled her back, but then a mafia boss pulls up in his Rolls Royce and offers her a bunch of money, and so she leaves. And then you see them get caught up in a thing, and then he's like, should I save her or let her die? And then it's like, obviously you'd click to let her die, and then you see her just like fall off a bridge or whatever. It's very extreme style.
And then you go up like one level from thief to crook.
Well, no, you do something like that, and then it's like it multiplies all the stuff they have, and then it's like you go from 1 to 200. I don't think that any of that's true in the game. It would probably be like you have to play for like a week, then you can go up a level unless you want to buy 100 levels for $20. That's how it works.
I've always wanted to download that game though. I never will, just to see what it actually looks like, because you know those ads are never what the game looks like. Like I play a stupid Candy Crush like knockoff one. It's like King something, and what the ads for it are look nothing at all, like not even remotely close to what the game. It's like the ad for it is you gotta delete enough blocks in a certain amount of time because like the chamber is filling and gonna kill whoever's in the chamber, and the actual game is no, you just have a certain amount of moves. Oh yeah, there's you've got one right there.
Saves the girl. And then he's a level 1 crook, and she's like, oh, cool. And because he saved the Mafia Donna, now he gets all this stuff. And this guy just comes up and is like, here's gold. And now this poor sap's just walking by, and somebody's trying to steal his girl. And he's like, do I defend her or not? He defends her. And guess what? He's moving on up in this shit.
It's like... It's the worst, but it's so see that's why. But I want to see what the game itself actually looks like.
It definitely doesn't look like that, but it's like if somebody made a movie out of The Sims, like that's what it would be.
Oh my god, you're right.
So go watch the video version if you didn't, and like
I'm sure most of you
you'll probably have those ads now that I've said it. So Mafia City, Mafia City, Mafia City.
I mean, if you spent any amount of time on Facebook or Instagram or Twitter, you've definitely seen these ads before.
But sometimes it's like, I don't care. I don't give a shit about that. Like the Hello Fresh ones, or like the hey, order this and we'll send you the food to cook in this amount of time and it's easy. Like, I don't give a fuck about those ads. That one's like, all right, this lady almost died. What's this guy getting? Where's this going? Well
Nowhere.
done on those ads. That's really, I mean, it's not helping, but I'm watching the ads. So shout out to them. And shout out to all you guys that are about to get those ads. I had a couple of questions that I really wanted to bring up. And one is, are belly buttons scars? I think belly buttons.
I think technically, yeah. I mean, I've never gotten far enough in there to see if it's actual scar tissue, but I mean, you cut something off and then now
That's
like
like
there's a hole
your
there.
first scar.
Well,
you weren't made in a lab.
I was gonna say maybe you have an emotional scar before that. If like your parents made you listen to the Dallas Cowboys in the womb, that would probably emotionally scar you.
They chop you right there. That's your scar, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, it's probably an emotional scar too for boys because you see that get chopped off and you're like, whoa, that's pretty close to my hang down. What are you going to chop next? Get out of here.
And then your breasts just gets worse.
Oh. Is it only, I wonder if non-Jewish people have brisses.
Is it a bris is like they do it in front of people, right?
Yeah, like whereas I think most of them it
I
just
think it's
happens
just a
at the hospital.
circumcision and it's like,
Yeah.
Got it.
But like, what if, I think that'd be funny if you're like, we're going to have a bris and they're like, you're not Jewish. Like, doesn't mean I can't have a party.
Yeah, fucking party.
I'm Irish. I will party for any occasion.
My kid's losing part of his dick, man. Obviously, dude, I'm going to fucking throw down for the dude.
What if we threw ourselves brisses like late in life? Like my parents didn't have a party.
I don't remember
so
mine,
I want everyone to come and celebrate my penis. I'm throwing a bris.
I want everyone to come over. Celebration, and it's just only people that have been circumcised or mothers.
Blindfolds. We play pin the foreskin on the dick. You just gotta get like print off a wall size dick.
We just buy all the stuff they have at bachelorette parties. Just gummy dicks that are usually circumcised. I don't think they sell uncircumcised gummy dicks.
I was gonna say we need a dick cocktail, but we just say we have cocktails. I mean, name's right there in it.
Cocktails. Lots of things you could have. Maybe we'll make it happen.
Everyone has to wear a turtleneck sweater.
Not a bad idea.
I want to throw myself. See, but here's the other thing. I also don't like hanging out with people.
It, bro.
But
if it's a party, it's kind of fun.
And if it's a specific party to celebrate my penis,
this is for you. Then finally a party for guys.
Yeah, ladies, you have enough days throughout the year. This is the guy day. Like once a month, you just pick 12 friends, and each month one person has their bris. But you got to make sure all your boys are circumcised. I don't think any of my friends are uncircumcised. None of my close friends, anyway. I don't know. I don't think you. I'm assuming you're not, but I guess I made an assumption there.
I'm circumcised. I'm circumcised du Soleil.
I mean, I think I've seen
Cirque du Soleil, circumcised du Soleil.
I think I've seen all my friends' dicks. None that I can think of off the top of my head. No, there is one. There is one in the group chat. Anson won't show us his dick. We've all seen each other's dick at some point or another throughout college.
What kind of friend is that?
Yeah, he won't show you. He's like, dude, I'm married. We're like, well, fuck you. Show us your dick. We've all seen each other's dicks.
Bo's like, I don't think I have the same kind of friends that you guys do.
Mm-mm.
No, most people do not have the friendship that me and my group chat do. It is wildly codependent and unhealthy. And borderline, like we are one bad relationship away from all of us just dating each other. And just giving up on women.
Even the married.
That wasn't even a pun.
It plays. It plays.
But it was agreement.
You should have paid it. Yeah. You should have played that after cocktail.
Yeah, cocktail would have been better.
That's too easy.
You could say it was
too easy.
Cocktail.
Oh, I love it.
They cut his dick off and threw it in the glass. Not my kind of cocktail.
But I think the adult bris is a good idea.
Yeah. But going back to the original question, we can all agree that we're gonna say belly buttons or scars.
Yeah.
All right. Other things I noticed that I wanted to ask you guys about today. I heard somebody using the term, "Oh man, he was head over heels for her," and that means like, "Oh man, he really fell for her. He's really into this girl. He's crazy about her." Like head over heels makes it seem extreme, but like everybody stands head over heels.
Right? Like
It's not that. It's not that uncommon. Like I'm head over heels right now.
If you said heels over head, like, oh, he's so in love that he just fell, and
it should be that.
But head over heels
yeah,
doesn't make any
like
fucking sense.
Flipping over for her.
I really.
That's a stupid saying.
It's a really, really like of all the dumb sayings out there,
no
and there are a lot, that's probably the dumbest. Hold on, I'm typing in explain head over heels because I gotta know where this dumbass shit came from. Just give me definitions. I know the definition. Fuck it, I give up. All right. If Google can't give me my answer in 0.41 seconds, then I don't want it. Which I love that Google still does that. Like 1.22 billion results.
The expression originated in 1300. Oh, the expression originated in the 1300s as heels over head and meant literally being upside down. It took its present from the 1700s. Well, so like it meant heels over head, which makes sense. Like you're upside down in love with somebody, you know?
But then why did it change in the 1700s?
I don't know. I didn't read that far. It was a paragraph and then it was like ... and I'm not going to click on it.
Good call.
I'll click on it now. I'll click on it. It doesn't really show anything. No, don't get it. It's fucking stupid. I am not head over heels over anything except I am more head over heels than I'm not more head over heels than everybody is, because when you're standing, that's what you are. So I don't know. Let's not use that anymore. It's fucking stupid.
I hate it.
I hate it more than ever now.
If anything, say ass over tea kettle. I don't know where that one came from, but it means the same thing. But it's absurd and doesn't make sense. So that one actually is better to use.
Yeah, it does.
There you go.
Okay, last thing I brought up for today was just like I've been watching that show Kenobi, the Obi-Wan. It's not really an origin story, but it's like a continuation of part of Star Wars. But like origin stories are very hot right now. Like, let's go find out what's the Joker's origin story. Let's go find out what this guy's origin story is. What is like the best one that we don't have yet? Because the answer is pretty easy. It's God, right? Like, if we should just write a show and it's like God, the origin story. So we know about his son. What happened to him? How'd God get there? What's up with his dad?
It's super fucking heady on this one, bro.
Just think about it. Like that'd be a crazy show, though. Be a crazy show. You tell me if they were like, "This is the origin story of God," like you're not tuning in.
Like all of a sudden, it's just the screen opens and he's just like floating in space. Like what the fuck? Chilling for a while, just getting to know him. Then out of nowhere, one day he farts and that's the Big Bang.
It's like, it's not as complicated as we made it seem like.
He's just sitting there. He's like by himself in space, just chilling. Like,
seventh day, he's not working that hard. He's just like painting the universe. And like the seventh day, he's like, I'm going to take a break because he's just stoned. And it's like, he was actually kind of lazy. Like he could have finished it in 5 days if he wanted.
Like all the rules, he sees people writing
like smoke breaks,
like writing the Bible, and he's like, "All right, that's cool." And then like they throw in and don't eat shellfish, and he's like, "I never fucking said that."
You just strike people down with lightning as it goes on.
He's like, I mean, I don't want to interfere. Like it takes some effort to get down there and talk to the guy, but I didn't say shit about eating shellfish.
But dude, like, man, God sent his son to get like killed for other people. Like, what did his dad do to him? It's like you're supposed to have your son go and just die, and then you can send your son back down, but he's got to die.
Well,
and it's like gonna not be a tight way to die.
He had no parents. That's why he didn't have a good example.
Part of the show, bro. Part of the show is he's like, Dad, come on. He's like, you'll never amount to nothing.
I think that's the explanation, though, is that they're like, dude, why did you kill your son? He's like, I had no idea what the fuck I was doing. Nobody showed me what to do. I'm flying by the seat of my pants here, which is another just fucking great nonsensical phrase.
Flying by the seat of your pants kind of makes sense, where it's like the seat of your pants is the only thing that's like on the like, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. It doesn't make sense.
Yeah, it doesn't have to make
like,
sense.
You
but
get
it
like
just sounds
hooked on
good.
something, and it's like you turn a corner, and you're like, that's just that. It's loosey goosey right here.
It just sounds good.
Yeah, it does. Sounds way cooler
Yeah.
than fucking head over heels.
But
The
the God
the-
origin story could be fun. Or would it be better
The
as a
story
show?
It'd be better as like a show, but like it would,
movie, or video game?
video game, absolutely, but show, I think it's like an 8-part series.
Like Band of Brothers,
Yeah,
but like about God.
George Clooney's in it too.
Who plays God?
To get the people talking, Lil Nas X.
What
You
if?
can go Morgan Freeman.
Stir the pot.
I mean, that's the obvious answer, though. We don't want to go obvious.
No,
with it.
because you want people to be like, because then you get everybody that's like, oh, I will never watch this, but then they watch it so they can critique it and talk shit about like how blasphemous it is. But like the whole premise is like, before God creates the universe, like in the origin story, like that's at the very end. Everything else, it's so easy to shoot because it's just in a white room. Everything's just white.
Reba
All white.
McEntire as Colonel Sanders.
I mean,
Love it.
what if God was just
JB
like
Smoove.
a talking squirrel for God? And people would be like, well, God created man in his image. And you'd be like, yeah, well, maybe that's just how he sees himself. He doesn't know he's a fucking squirrel.
They didn't have mirrors back then.
God
And
wouldn't
the
be a squirrel because
voice-
dogs wouldn't hate squirrels that much.
God would be a dog. Yeah.
Dude, that would be pretty sick. Get the dog from Wishbone, please. I hope he's still alive.
We'll name it. We'll call it Dog God.
Wishbone plays God. I mean, it does. It's the same in reverse.
Yeah. God Dog coming to NBC.
Well, that's a spinoff. Just another one. We have a whole series of God themed shows, and then we get to Jesus, the story of Jesus, where it's like he's just kind of a regular dude that's like, Dad, stop bossing me around. I'm dying for these people. Let me have some wine.
What if we did it like American Horror Story, where like it was just a different way to tell it each time? Like one season is Christian, one season is Jews, one Muslims, and then it gets to Scientology season. We build it up, and then it starts.
That's
and
like when we should have canceled it, but we just did it for the money that time.
Well, no, it starts. We build it up for weeks. Like this is gonna be the most epic season yet. It starts, and it's just us standing there on camera, like, yeah, this didn't fucking happen. This is all bullshit, and then the season just doesn't happen, and then we get sued by Scientology.
We create our own Book of Mormon musical,
I mean, you're not going to top the original.
but it's our own version that we also get a lot of
like
awards
it.
for. You got to think.
It was very profitable.
Multimedia.
Very profitable.
We got a show. We got an album. We got a musical. We got a book.
It's like Hamilton.
We got a YouTube
The
sketch
Disney
series.
Plus buys us.
Mhm. A spin-off show.
What if
that
for the
Disney
Book of
money.
Mormon? For the Book of Mormon, though, it was just a series of TikToks.
That would be edgy. But
Yeah.
older people wouldn't be able to watch it, so they couldn't be mad about it.
It gets the
we-
youth.
That's what we want. We want to anger people.
We buy Vine back, and nobody else is allowed to post on Vine but us, and we just do 6-second videos of the story of God.
But it's like it's an hour long in 6-second increments.
Oh, I would want it to be like 4 hours long.
Well, no, it's like 8-hour-long episodes because it's an 8-part series, but it's each hour is just in 6-second increments.
I just think it'd be funny if one of the TikToks is just Jesus being stabbed in the side by a spear. That's the whole or the whole Vine. I just made Robert spit water everywhere. I just got Robert to explode from blasphemy.
And we're gonna clip that one.
Oh my God. Can we just end it? Nothing's gonna top that the rest of this episode.
I don't think you've ever made him laugh like that before. He walked up. He just walked off. He's gone. We lost
I
Bo.
don't-
Bo's
I-
done.
I assume he's going to get a towel to clean up with. I don't know if he's coming back for sure.
He had
Though.
a full mouthful of water, and it was just gone.
It was the
Watch
biggest...
the fucking video version. YouTube, Pass the Gravy Podcast, episode 467. Upvote that too, and then subscribe to the channel as well.
It was the. I mean, is the name of the fucking show now Spit Take?
It might be. It might be.
Oh, but I love how my brain works. It'd be really funny if it was just a 6-second clip of Jesus being stabbed in the side, and it just Robert exploded.
wait, what?
Yeah, Jesus death vine.
But just like everybody's got an origin story. Like we found the bad guy's origin stories. God's a pretty open-ended one. Like I don't know. Nobody knows. Let's find out what makes this dude tick. You know.
I'm in.
What's his
We'll
deal?
have the Gravy
he
Tech
into?
children help us write it too. They probably got some good ideas.
Yeah, these God's children are Gravy Tech children. I like to think.
Yeah, definitely.
That's pretty much all we got for the PreCum segment. Let's move on to the.
I wonder if we're going to
Comeback
lose any
Kid
listeners
segment.
off that.
We have a What Would Jesus Do segment, and
I like how the people are like, I was on the edge
Yeah.
about that one, but you said you wanted to see Jesus be stabbed in the side. It's factually accurate. Sorry.
that's I think it was Brutus, Caesar, and Brutus, right? Too.
No.
Et tu, Brutus.
Yeah. Oh, et tu Brute.
Brute, but that was Brutus.
Yeah, but that was
In
that
Greek.
had nothing to do with Jesus.
I mean, just similar stuff.
Or Bane and Talia and Batman. She stabbed him in the side
I don't follow that one.
from the third Batman movie with Christian Bale. Dark Knight Returns. You don't remember this like God, just move on. Just move on.
Haven't seen it in a minute. You know what? It is almost 4th of July, buddy. It's my favorite holiday. My brother's girlfriend was like, she and him were moving into a house a couple weeks ago, and she was like, it's just weird. Like at some point, she was like, it's just weird that Will's favorite holiday is the 4th of July. And I was like, what? How is that weird? It's the best holiday. And she's like, it's your favorite holiday too? It's like, fucking yeah, it's America's birthday. Like, what, you're gonna go Christmas just like everybody else? You fucking basic? You're gonna be a basic and just say Christmas? Yeah, no, it's not. And it's not Halloween. Halloween's not anywhere near the coolest holiday. It's fucking 4th of July because I'm a fucking patriot and I like my country, and there's hot dogs and hamburgers. There's hot dog eating contests. There's baseball. There's fireworks. There's guns. There's all kinds of stuff. It's just America. That's the best holiday ever. And it's coming up. July 4th, it's right around the corner. And if you want to ensure that you are the best looking person at your 4th of July party or get together, all you got to do is head over to passthegravymerch.com because we have all kinds of stuff from our red, white, and gravy collection that are available for you now to purchase. We got the USA PTG shirts where it's just got the Pass the Gravy logo and the American flag is inside it. And then it's also it says USA on it. We have the red, white, and blue pop shirts. It rhymes with Schmom Pop, but we're not allowed to say that legally. So if you like Schmom Pops and you want to see one that has Pass the Gravy podcast inside it, it was drawn by the wonderful Emma. She was the artist on that one. So go support local artists right there. We got t-shirts of that. We have tanks that's available in red, blue, and black as well. So go check that one out. The USA shirts are in navy. So those are pretty dope too. But we've also got everything else at our store available as well. You get the Moon Man shirts, the office looking one. You can get the dad hats, get the trucker hats, get a Gamble Gang shirt. We still got Darwin Like a Marlin shirts available. We're actually a couple weeks away from Pass the Gravy Bros starting back up. You ready for that, Pat? You're gonna be doing eviction nights with me because Emma's gonna be doing class. So it'll be just Patty and Alex holding it down on eviction nights on Thursdays. But,
sure, that won't be a problem.
You can get a PTG Bro shirt. Support the pod at passthegravymerch.com. Get a Gravy Gang shirt. Just go take a look. Passthegravymerch.com. But if you order this week, you will ensure delivery by 4th of July. So order your 4th of July merch now at passthegravymerch.com. When you order it, tweet us at Pass the Gravy Pod. Let us know you're supporting the pod. And then when you get your Pass the Gravy stuff on 4th of July, if you're repping that, tag the fuck out of us. And we'll retweet you, we'll repost you, we'll share it. We love you guys repping the podcast. If you buy anything from the store, passthegreatmerch.com, hit us up at passthegreatpod. Let us know you're supporting the podcast, and we will blow your shit up. We'll support you because, or we'll retweet you, we'll repost you, we'll do whatever we gotta do because we like it when you guys support the podcast. Passthegreatmerch.com. Before we start the Comeback Kids segment, you all right, buddy?
Yeah, the water went down the wrong pipe.
At least it didn't get you in the side.
I have a new goal for every podcast is to make Robert explode.
I don't know if you're ever going to top that.
It wasn't you. I just was drinking water and it went down the wrong
had
pipe.
to come up with an alibi.
Yeah, it had nothing to do with me saying I wanted to see Jesus be stabbed in the side for every 6 seconds. Very likely story, Robert. Can't even give me credit on this one.
Just let him win this one, all right? It's
I'm
funny.
sorry.
It's funny. It's okay to laugh.
Robert sounds like he's still in pain.
Bo would have laughed at it. That's all I'm saying.
I was wheezing, like couldn't breathe.
Oh,
Meanwhile,
don't worry.
we were dying with laughter, and you were in the other room just dying.
Maybe dying. What if he had just choked himself to death?
Did it come back?
See, it's been like 2 hours later. Like, is he coming back at all?
I was like, man, did I really just offend Robert so much that he's not coming back?
Call Sam and I'm like, so not to make it, not to be mean, but do you think you could send me the audio? I need to edit that.
Did you have to have Sam just like slap you on the back to like?
She's not here. I just had to deal with it on my own.
He's used to it after the last 2 weeks, though.
Yeah.
Self-sufficient
survivor, and you almost drowned today.
You're a strong, independent man that don't need no partner.
Let's play the intro for the Comeback Kids segment.
All right, let's go.
Father, when can I leave to be on my own?
It's the Comeback Kid. The Comeback Kid of the week. The Comeback Kid of the week. Bitch.
Dude, I'm so red right now. I can't even fucking breathe. I'm crying.
Bo is stealing the show today. You got to be watching the video version, guys. Watch the video version, all right?
For a half second, I was like, when did we add that to the fucking intro?
We didn't.
Oh, God. Okay, let's get it going.
He's going rogue. Our first Comeback Kid this week is bikes. His bikes are back. And no, it's not the Tour de France. It's Biden. Joe Biden ate shit on a bike. And it was one of those videos where it's like, Biden, like, did you see Biden fall on his bike? And I was like, no. And I watched the video, assuming that, like, you know, he just loses it as he's riding the bike. And then it was 1,000 times funnier that he was stopped and just like completely still. And then you just see him slowly lean and fall over. And yeah, that was pretty wild. And then came the edits and the remixes of it. And it was a day. It was a great day for the internet. And if this had happened to Trump, I would have said the same fucking thing. Because it was just, when an old guy like that is the president, supposed to be like, what is like, when people think of America, they think of the president, which is this man. And then you just see them fall flat on their face because they can't stand up on a bike. It's funny. I don't care who you are. That's just good old fashioned fun right there.
That joke was for one person. Dude, you're right. All the memes. I got to have my favorite recreation of the that one.
Shooting star. That was the best one.
And then all the people just like, any real biker knows that if you have the covers, this happens. Just shut up and laugh. Like, it doesn't matter what side it happened to. Just shut up and laugh. It was funny.
The people that were like, how dare you? He's an old man. How dare you make fun of that? It's like, I don't know. Fucking Trump's all this shit too. And when he went golfing, you're like, look how fat he looks in these shorts. It's like, all right, it's funny. It's just funny. He did look funny in those shorts. Trump looked silly, just doing weird shit. Biden, I don't know how you aren't like, hey, why don't we put you in a carriage? You know those things that, like, when you'll see like a mom riding her bike through the park, she's got the little carriage that her kids in. Like, they need to just have one for Biden, or like get a pedicab for him.
Well, pedicab. Until he fell, they were trying to plan like, look, if he can bike, you can bike to work, and that's an alternate to high gas prices. And then he fell, and they're like, well, fuck, there goes that campaign.
Yeah, not a great look. And yeah, it was because he was like strapped into the pedals. Like it was like those. It's like, is that what the racers wear?
I don't know if it was strapped in, if it was just like a toe covering and his foot got caught.
Okay, it was something that like secured his feet onto the pedal, basically.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was a strap or whatever it was, but that got him up. That got him. And it was just when somebody sent me the video, I was like, dude, did you see Biden fall today? I was like, no. And then I get the link going into it, just assuming it's him riding the bike and just, maybe runs into a curb or some shit like that. I was like, okay. And then did not expect what I saw. And it was funny. And then people started shaming people for liking it. It's like, no, I'm going to like people falling anytime. It's funny.
It's universally funny.
Just objectively funny.
I don't care if you're 2 or 102. You fall off a bike, I'm going to laugh.
It's like Jackass. It's like Jackass funny stuff. Like it would have been funny if Johnny Knoxville fell off his bike like that.
Anybody.
That's
Jesus
why we watch
falls off a bike
Jackass.
like that, I'm going to laugh.
If Jesus did that, it would be funny.
Especially if like he was riding and someone stabbed him in the side.
He's okay. If he like broke his neck, we wouldn't have been like, ha 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 ha. Like we weren't doing it because he got up. He was okay.
It's fine.
It's just bikes. They're back.
I mean, if you just saw a title on like you're scrolling through Twitter and you see old man falls off bike, you're going to watch it. Doesn't matter who he is. This one just happened to be the president. Should probably be more aware and not let him bike. Put him on a Peloton if he wants to bike. They need the money. They're going out of business.
Put him on Peloton. And with bikers, so Emma and I've been running a lot lately, and the other day Emma was working on school stuff, so I just ran by myself, and there was a guy on a bike on the sidewalk that was like, "Oh, coming through!" And I had headphones in, but he was like really over the top, trying to make it known that he was behind me, and I was like, he was being safe, but I was like, just chill the fuck out, man. I think I was trying to make sure he didn't run into me, and then like I didn't get taken out, but I was like, fuck you for yelling at me. I don't know what it is. I just have a problem with bikers sometimes.
Yeah,
you're in the road when you shouldn't be in the road, and then you're on the sidewalk when you should be on the road because I'm on the sidewalk. I don't get it.
It's ridiculous. Like they're like, oh, share the road. We have the right to be here. Sorry, legally, yes, but no, you fucking don't. We've been over.
I can still say you're a dick.
I'm driving a 2-ton machine that if I bump you, you die. You shouldn't be on the road. Get on the sidewalk. Oh, sometimes you'll have to slightly slow down to move around people that are walking. Oh, that's inconvenient for you, but not inconvenient for me in my car when I could kill you and you'll probably just like skin their knee. Which one of these sounds like the safer place for you to be?
I'm not gonna lie though, because like I run to a park and then I do some more running at the park and then I run back, but like it's in the city, so like there's like crosswalks I gotta wait at sometimes, and there's been a couple of times where like I'm jogging across the crosswalk and there's somebody that's waiting to turn right, and like I'm so ready, like you have no idea how ready I am to just do the roll over somebody's hood if they like just tap me, like I'm like, what the fuck, like, and then see if I can just get them to be like, here's $80, just please, like just nothing happened, right? Like yeah, absolutely, let's go.
I kind of would want to just be obliterated by the car. Like, even if I don't die, like have a seriously like, fucked up
it's
knee.
like not gonna hurt me if they like go, but if they just tap me, like I'm so ready. Like the other day I was running, I was like, oh dude, if this guy fucking inches out even a second faster, like I'm just gonna fucking roll over his hood.
He's been watching too much soccer, Pat.
I don't know, but it's like
watch women's soccer. They play the game the right way.
World Cup champions, they do. And the go Dash. I don't know what their record is, but they're a team. Yeah. So bikes, big comeback kid this week. Another comeback kid this week is Blink 182 because the Stanley Cup Finals going on. The Colorado Avalanche. It's been a thing they've been doing during the regular season as well as the playoffs. But just because like the Stanley Cup Finals is so much more magnified, you get eyes on it and you get people watching hockey for the first time this year. The Avalanche played all the small things, and they've been doing that this year where just the whole arena screams it, and it was fucking badass. The video went viral, and that just kind of got me to think, like, what is the fucking coolest song for an entire stadium to sing like in unison? Because to me, there's two. Like all the small things is badass, but I think Mr. Brightside is the GOAT of songs.
It's
for just
so
good.
In
any scenario when a whole crowd sings Mr. Brightside. Yeah.
killing me.
And everybody knows all the words. It's got to be a song that you know all the words to. Sweet Caroline, I put at number 2 because everybody doesn't know like all the words of Sweet Caroline. Because you'd be like, reaching out, touching me,
I got chills.
you. But then like he goes into the verse and you don't know it.
Sweet. I do.
But,
I'll lead
like,
everybody the song. Yeah.
Most people know the whole hook, and that's what's awesome about it. So I think Brightside wins because like when people know Mr. Brightside, they don't just know some of it; they know every word of it. And that's
those were the first 2 I wrote down, and I wrote them down in that order. Because the first one that came to my head is just like when you see entire stadium singing Mr. Brightside, it slaps. And then Caroline, classic. I also wrote down New York, New York. That's a great one when it happens at Yankee Stadium. But the one I always think of is after what was it that happened in New York when they sang it in Boston in support of New York? That was fucking awesome. I'm trying to remember.
Well, they do Aretha if they lose.
What attack that was?
But there
was some attack on New York, and the next Red Sox game they sang New York, New York at Fenway.
9/11?
Was it 9/11? I don't remember. Either way, not important. That's where you're down. I also wrote down Zombie Nation, which it's not really people singing, but everyone in the crowd.
It's Sandstorm.
But nobody sings Sandstorm. Whoa. That's Zombie Nation.
Yeah, it's Sandstorm, isn't it? Oh no, Sandstorm.
Yeah, it's Sandstorm by
Zombie Nation by Kerncraft, I think.
Yeah, Kerncraft. I also wrote down Enter Sandman, which they do at Virginia Tech, is fucking electric.
Fuck Metallica.
It's nighttime, and the entire crowd is just exit. It's fucking dope. And then the final one I wrote down was at LSU. They'll do Neck, which is just the entire crowd shouting, "Suck that tiger dick, bitch!"
They're not allowed to do that anymore, and they get fined. But they'll
still do it.
Occasionally, still do it. A lot of times, like an ex-player will come back and be like, "Yo, here's the money for the fine, band director. Just play the fucking song. Let the band play Neck." And then LSU, Colin Baton Rouge is also fucking nails when they do that.
I will only allow that one is if when they play it now, Brian Kelly is required to try and dance to it.
That's fair. That's fair. I wrote in a couple other ones because I don't know, maybe me being a Red Wings fan, it's a little bit biased, but Don't Stop Believing, I think, is fucking
great.
That's another Mr. Brightside where like everybody kind of knows the words to that one. And then
congrats on your Rookie of the Year, by the way. Moritz
Seider. But like sometimes depending on who you watch, like when you see like in his country they call him Sadir, Moritz Sadir. It's fucking just funny listening to like the different people trying to call it.
We've just announced it's Cider now.
The hockey awards were fun because like people like it was really difficult for ESPN to like run through the names this morning. Shesterkin, Igor. But
they never know.
So yeah, I wrote Don't Stop Believing, Living on a Prayer, Bon Jovi, and that's another one where it's kind of like Sweet Caroline, where it's like nobody knows it. But then when everybody goes, "Oh, we're halfway there,"
and then the music cuts, and then all you hear is Living on a Prayer. That's fucking electric every time.
The Red Wings. That's another Red Wings one that I might be biased towards because whenever they would be in when they were good in the playoffs regularly, like when they'd get to 2 wins in a series, they're halfway there. They would always play that at the end of the game. And then they would do Just a Small Town Boy. And then they cut the music when it's Born and Raised in South Detroit and the entire stadium screams it. That's fucking sick. I think they do that at Lions games too. Like, but Seven Nation Army. Also,
that'd be good.
That's pretty badass. And those are the ones I wrote down. So I'm glad that we kind of agree. So power ranking, Mr. Brightside is the GOAT of songs to sing in a stadium. Sweet Caroline is 2. And then I don't really know where we go 3, but there's a lot of options for 3. Robert, do you have anything that you could think of?
I only have one, and it's my number 1. I'm gonna go deep in the heart of Texas.
I was as soon as you asked Robert, I was Oh, I got to think. What do they play at the Astros? Bam. Yeah, that's a great one too.
Yeah, I get to clap. That's pretty cool.
You want the clap?
I get to clap.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah, you don't really, because like you don't have to like sing it with everybody, but you can just be like,
Exactly.
Deep
Like,
in the
look,
heart.
I'm participating.
How about national anthem?
Red, white, and blue. I mean, they do play that at every sporting event, but like a lot of times people are quiet. I like when they do it where they like incorporate like, because they always got their hand over their heart, their hats up, they're kneeling. I don't know what you're doing. We don't care. But when like in Atlanta, they used to have the Atlanta Knights was like a minor league hockey team, and they were defunct. And I remember going to Atlanta Thrashers games, and they'd be like through the night, and like I know the Dallas Stars yell stars, and like when you just pick one word,
the home of the
whole
Braves.
Yeah, like when you get a fan base that does that, that's always kind of cool because like they have to say that anyways. Though they already had to say that.
I think if like this is one that it would be really cool if Texas State did it because we're not good. If like at the very like the game kicks off, if the entire stadium at that moment just started singing High Hopes, we've got high hopes. That'd be really funny because like, we all know this isn't going to go well, but we can hope.
It's like Forever Blowing Bubbles from West Ham.
Oh yeah.
And like my dreams, they fade and die. Fortune's always hiding. I've looked everywhere. I'm forever blowing bubbles. Pretty bubbles in the air. Pretty.
That'd be good.
British people
but
have funny accents, man. When you hear them like singing, cadence, you're like, I'm not anywhere in sync with you guys.
Pretty bubble. Oh well, there's a T in there.
On fire, blowing bubbles.
Like you guys can't just like you're just skipping.
T's.
You're just skipping the letters in between the vowels. That's not cool.
But it's also kind of like efficient. But it's silly sometimes. Pretty. Yeah. Isn't it is like the British y'all, isn't it? Isn't it?
I guess so, yeah. But y'all is a contraction. It's just combining two words, you and all.
I saw somebody spell out you all the other day, and I was just like, fuck you.
Get out of my state. We don't do that shit here in Texas.
Like just like, well, I don't want to look like a redneck. It's like, you're not. It's just easier. It makes sense.
Oh, you'll look polite. Sorry.
I don't like it when people are like, y'all. Oh my God, y'all. Like I think that's a little over the top. It's like now you're trying too hard. But it's
bless
just
y'all's
like,
hearts.
Where are y'all going? No, but they're like, y'all, comma, I just saw this on Nextdoor. Lots of y'all people like that. Y'all. I don't know if y'all have seen these kids, but they're causing a ruckus in my subdivision.
Or as Jackie Chan would say it, y'all.
He got it.
Yeah.
Jackie was like, oh, okay.
Are you still Nextdooring?
I'm not posting as much, but I am definitely like reading it.
You're still in there.
A lot of them are like robberies lately, so it's like I'm not gonna troll those. It's like serious stuff happening, like break-ins and stuff like that. But every now and then, like I love to just be like, you should call the police. Like, did anybody just hear gunshots? I'm pretty sure I just heard 3 gunshots outside my door. Yeah, you should probably call the police. I don't know, man. You should definitely not go to an app first.
Well, I don't want to bother them. They work so hard.
And so many people will talk about like
they're out there not saving children.
They'll talk about like if Robert had just met you and he's like, so I was talking to Sam and Sam was telling me this about the plants and Sam didn't want to hang out with me while I was COVID positive. You're like, who the fuck is Sam? I don't know who Sam is. You didn't introduce me to Sam. I have no idea who that is. People like on Nextdoor love just like, and Jesse was telling me this, and then I heard from Stacy. I don't know who these third party people are. You need to is that your son? Is that your husband? Who is that?
It's like that
basic storytelling that you're not including in your story.
Which it's those commercials where they're turning into their parents, but I don't know what the product is. I just know the commercial. She's like, the Johnsons just saved a bunch of money, and he's like, nobody knows who those people are.
Sure is hot out here. Nobody cares.
We don't need a coat wrangler. I love those commercials.
Those are great.
I knew it was some insurance company. I don't know which one.
That's like that Mafia City ad where like there's a new one. I'm like, oh, hold on. Emma, new progressive ad. Got to check it out. New turning into your parents. Let's go. Do we already have that shirt? I'm going to get it anyways. Let's not talk about when we're going to leave before we're in the stadium.
I was like, that's my dad. And then actually I did that at BuzzFest, so I'm turning into him. But like, I didn't leave before it was over. I'll just say, hey, while the last band's playing, let's walk. That way we beat the crowd and we'll still hear the whole set as we're leaving. And my friends were like, yeah, that makes sense.
I mean, sometimes it's okay to have a plan like that, but it's like, like when you go and like somebody like, that's like 70% of the conversation is like, all right, so I think at about this time, it's like, we don't need to worry about that. We don't need an exit strategy just yet.
Oh, that's my dad. He wants an exit strategy before you leave the house.
That's like every dad. That's why dads get to the airport 15 hours before their flight. I'm sure, like, I don't know why they have like hotels near the airport, but they literally just need to have like bunk rooms in the airport that you can like rent or reserve. Because like, you know, like so many families would be like, fucking summer vacation. All right, yeah, dad's making us sleep at the airport. Wants to be there. We got a flight at 3 tomorrow afternoon, but he wants us to sleep overnight, so we're not going to miss anything. We got through the security checkpoint. We're good, kids. And now what? Have a Cinnabon.
All I hear in my head right now is Mr. Brightside. That's all that's going on in there.
So yeah. Blink-182, all the small things back. And if you haven't seen it, go Google Colorado Avalanche, all the small things. Mark Hoppus awesome. Like introduced it too, and it was pretty sick. But all the small things is pretty great. Although I think What's My Age Again would be the best one, not necessarily appropriate for like a crowd though.
I think
Sodomy, where like the state looks down on sodomy as the entire arena yells it, might be not the best.
No, I Miss You would be great just to hear the entire crowd go, "Where are you?" in that weird fucking pop punk voice. That would be great.
Hey, oh, I'm so sorry. They need to do that. Somebody just needs to pick that up and like
that would be great.
Fucking Space Cowboys. We're doing your marketing anyways. Let's do that.
Then there's just
also,
one section.
Hit up the Sugarland Space Cowboys. Tell them to let us have a pass gravy night.
One section in the background just doing the "I miss you, miss you."
Oh yeah, you have half of it. Like, no, you're gonna have to be the bass. You're gonna have to be the baritones.
Where are you? God, that'd be great.
Hey, oh, I'm so sorry. Don't waste your time on me. In the voice inside my head.
I miss you.
That'd be great. It would never work out with just like strangers.
Give us some other songs.
Yeah,
I'm sure people have been yelling this whole time.
To sing.
That would just be fun for everyone.
All Star would be great too. Nobody does it enough.
I mean, I'm sure we could get some AC/DC in there. That'd be great too.
Our next comeback kid, or this is a big one, is free speech.
Damn right.
Justice. Justice is back. We had one of the biggest dubs ever in the history of the internet, one of the biggest victories ever. And it was Pass the Gravy against Instagram. And we did post, I sent you guys the meme that we posted. They got taken down. I screenshotted it and I've saved it to my like favorites just because I will always remember this moment. I was going to update a meme on the Pass the Gravy Instagram account, and so I switched over to it, and it was like red flag, red flag, red flag. This post has been removed. You have had a violation of this. Any more violations we could revoke your account, and we could also like not let you post for a certain amount of time or whatever. And it said girls before and after you feed them, and it was a dog that had its growly teeth. And then it was a dog just sipping out of a Pepsi straw, which is really funny because dogs don't drink Pepsi.
Yeah, it's adorable.
Dogs don't drink out straws. It was just like that's a funny meme. We've definitely posted like different ones that I feel like would have been more not in violation of like Instagram.
The ball gag.
That one we did get fucked with, but it was like, it was sexual in nature. And I was like, I mean, it said when you're a fat ass or when you're kinky but a fat ass, and it was a burger with the ball gag. It's funny. So I just was like, I appealed it and was like, I don't know how this is offensive. It was clearly a joke. And then a couple of hours later, I see a notification saying, we reviewed your photo and reposted it because it doesn't violate our community guidelines. Thank you for requesting a review. We reviewed your photo and it does not go against any of the community guidelines. We appreciate your feedback. And I just sent it to the boys and was like, we got one, boys. Gotta win. Where were you when Pass the Gravy beat the internet?
I wasn't just excited for the win, but I logged into Facebook, I don't know, a couple days before that, whenever the fuck it was posted. And it was like, you have shared something that violates community guidelines, but it didn't tell me what it was. And I was like, dude, I haven't been on Facebook in days. I don't know what the fuck they're talking about, but I guess it was that one.
Yeah, I don't know, but it was reinstated and we're good. We're good. So we got a big win and justice from SGM. So shout out to Zuckerberg.
The First Amendment back.
We got it. Free speech, kids.
Yeah. Nailed it.
Free speech. Pat only cares about the Second Amendment, really. Our next comeback kid is the King. The King is back. Lil Nas X, everybody. He's got a new single coming out on Friday. And if he obviously is Gravy Gang, we always say, hey, say nothing if yes, when we were like, do you love Pass the Gravy? He never responds. So he obviously loves Pass the Gravy. He hadn't had Houston on his tour. Today he added Houston to his tour. Like, there's no denying that obviously he was like, Pass the Gravy. Gotta go show some love to my boys. 713 Music Hall. He's going to be Tuesday, October 11th. Tuesday, October 11th. We're going, right?
I work. You have fun though, bud.
It's Lil Nas X. Emma just came and shook her head. She's not going. You're going. You're going. You don't get a say in this. What is mine is yours, and my Lil Nas X tickets are your Lil Nas X tickets.
I can't believe she's.
Yeah, we'll be married then, Emma. So you have to go.
Yeah, I was about to say she's already bailed on supporting her husband.
You'll be betrothed to me, whatever that means. Betrothed.
Have you found out what her father's giving you yet for the dowry?
I haven't found out yet. Very interesting.
You should text him and be like, so about this dowry, what are we thinking?
Lil Nas X is back and pretty stoked about it. New song coming out Friday. It's called Late to Da Party. And I like the DA instead of just. And that's the Fuck BET song where they left him out of the BET nominations. But don't worry, he is nominated for Artist of the Year for the Gravies Awards. So I don't want to spoil anything, but it's a 2-horse race with him and Lucid Illusions right now. And, you know, he's got a great shot. Got a great shot at winning the Gravies Awards, which I mean is just a great reminder to everybody. If you'd like to win a Gravies Award, all you gotta do is interact with the podcast, send us some of the best stuff, answers questions, WWJDs. We got MVPs, we got Woman of the Year, we got Man of the Year, we got Darling Like a Marlin Award, we got Gravy Gangster Award, we got all kinds of awards we give out at our Christmas Spooktacular at the end of the year. Could be yours. I don't know. Can Josh Cottle go back to back as MVP? Never had a back-to-back MVP. Definitely haven't had a three-peat MVP. We'll find out. But just a fun reminder of the Gravies Awards. Lil Nas X has already been nominated for this year's Gravies. But he's back. The King has returned. And just make sure to stream the fuck out of his new single when it drops. What else do we got for Comeback Kid?
Vaping is a comeback kid.
Even though
it's about to go away forever, the FDA just announced a couple hours ago that they're going to ban Juuls from the shelves. I've heard anywhere from next week it's all going to be pulled to it's going to take a year to write all the language and finalize it. But yeah, Juuls, the FDA basically just said they're illegal. So anybody that Juuls out there, guess you're going back to cigarettes. That's probably better for you.
So cigarettes are not.
No, they're not banned at all.
Got it.
But Juuls, as far as I know, it says Juuls. So like, I guess just off brand, like they're just putting one company out of business.
So this is like cigarettes definitely doing this, right?
If it's the way I'm reading
Juuls
it, it's
are
like,
bad. Juuls are bad, not cigarettes. Like your whole box has to say this is going to kill you. Stop smoking it. No. It's the Juuls. It's the Juuls.
Like, I wonder if it's got to be all e-cigs though, because otherwise it'd be like, Camel, you're now illegal. What about Marlboro? No, they're fine.
It's big tobacco. That's exactly what it is. Huh.
Just legalize weed.
Just cigarettes are allowed.
Yeah, but here's my thing. I'm like, I don't
people
want
buy what they want to buy. I don't know, man.
Right? Like government overreach is also bad. I don't want more people to start dipping though, because then eventually
there's a law that you have to wear a seatbelt. But like, if you don't wear a seatbelt, it's like, who do you hurt? You.
Yeah. I don't want them to start looking at dipping like we're going to legalize dipping next. Because first they just got rid of flavors, which I'd be fine. I don't use flavored dip anyway. And then eventually they'll be like, dip's gone, and I'll be like, all right, January 6th, V2, let's go.
But like, why don't we ban? Like, I'm not gonna get into this. This is a fucking like conservative radio station's entire like afternoon of a show. Like, well, then what about milkshakes? They have flavored milkshakes. Is milkshakes what they're coming for next? Back after this.
Yeah, I'm not unhealthy because of my life choices. I'm unhealthy because there's too much fat in milkshakes. Blame the milkshake.
On You Got That Right, we're going to be talking about the Second Amendment, Joe Biden, and what a piece of shit he is, and how the election was stolen. Back after this.
Nailed it. My brother would tune in.
Are you Andrew Dion?
Well,
then we got a show for you.
That's when he would be like, how the fuck did they know I'm out?
The government knows.
Listening on my phone calls and my tweets. My last thing I had from Comeback Kid was perjury. The commissioner of the NFL just committed perjury in front of Congress, guys.
Right to jail.
He was there. He was there, I guess, testifying in the Dan Snyder thing for the Redskins, the Commanders. Sorry.
Please.
So he's there.
Be careful.
And one of the congressmen
bleep out the other name you said.
One of the congressmen said something along the lines of, "So you believe in free speech, right?" And he's like, "Yeah." Like, all right. Why isn't Dave Portnoy, who's the head of Barstool, allowed at any of your games? And he's like, I'm not aware of that situation. You guys, every Super Bowl pass around his picture saying, "Don't let him through the gates." But you, as the guy in head, who, and it all stems from him getting arrested to protest Brady's suspension at the NFL office. You have no idea. You don't know about that situation. That's straight up lying to Congress. That's perjury. He just committed perjury in front of Congress.
Send him to jail.
Nobody gives a shit. Like, and I'm not acting like this is a new thing. People perjure themselves in front of Congress all the time and nothing happens. But it's just so blatant. And he just refuses to acknowledge
when they do that usually.
He just refuses to acknowledge that he's like, yeah, no, I won't let him come because he's mean to me. He's very mean and says bad things about me. Dude, you're bad at your job. You're full of shit. So perjury.
Same guy. Remember when he was like, well, Tom Brady cheated, right? And they're like, well, we actually have we don't have any evidence to support the claims. It's just speculation. He's like, okay. They're like, so we're gonna overturn that suspension. He's like, okay, is he an employee of mine? And they're like, well, yeah, technically. He's like, okay, I have the right legally to suspend an employee. And they're like, well, yeah, I guess there's 6-game suspension reinstated. That was Roger Goodell. It's like, okay, 4. I lost that one, but I can win this one. Whatever it was.
Yeah.
Whatever the fuck it was.
Yeah, he's a bag of dicks. And I think that it would be really funny if he got fired and got put in jail just because he refuses to acknowledge a guy that's mean to him. That would be fucking great. And then we'll get
he's the guy they go after.
New commissioner who's an even bigger dickhead. That's the way it goes.
Just straight up just lie now. They're like, well, we can just lie on the stand. It's cool. Whatever, dude.
No, I don't know about this guy that I specifically keep out of events. I have no idea.
No idea. The guy that I have pictures of and everything else. So yeah, perjury's back. That was a good one. Mm-hmm. All right. And then I guess if we want to throw in Qatar, did you see that they can't have sex in Qatar unless you're married?
One night stands are not allowed.
Premarital sex outside of marriage is not allowed.
Oh,
in Qatar, and then
I thought
a lot of alcohol is not either. So
way to fuck up, FIFA.
That's all soccer players do when they're not playing. So sick Qatar.
FIFA made all of their bribe money, so they don't care.
Yeah, they don't give a shit. They're like, slaves built these stadiums. Hey, but the Live Tour is bad.
All the board members of FIFA are going to be there, and they're all going to be buying hookers, and they're just going to make this doesn't apply to us, right? And they're going to make fuck no, it doesn't.
You get 7 years in jail though if you get found guilty of it.
Yeah, it's going to happen to at least one person, and it's going to be like an international incident. We weren't fucking, we were soaking. It's different.
Probably be somebody. What country they're going to be from? Probably Brazil.
Oh yeah.
That'd be probably some Brazilian soccer player. I bet it's Neymar.
No, it won't be a
Probably
star. It's gonna be a fan. They're gonna
Probably
get a fan.
Neymar. Well, it'd be like you got to do like the Mafia, like on Mafia City, or whatever it is, the game. I mean, like you got to sometimes take the fall for the Mafia boss. That's what I've learned on the ads that I watch. So like sometimes you got to be like, all right, Neymar for Brazil did it. Who's like a second stringer that we're gonna say did it? Sorry, bro, you got to go to jail for 7 years. We'll work on that.
Maybe it'll be Hulk.
Maybe.
Great name.
The World Cup is gonna get its own Brittany Griner, is what we're saying at some point. Qatar is gonna arrest somebody, and that'll be the new Brittany Griner.
And then everyone's gonna be, oh, why did we do it there? Well, we've all been saying this for months. Mm-hmm. Here's the thing, though. We probably won't even find out about this, Alex, because it's going to be during football season, so we won't be paying attention at all anyway.
I'm just going to pay attention to the USA games. That's really what I'm going to care about at that point. But I'm also going to be gambling on a lot of them, so probably I'll pay attention more than I think. I
don't know. I probably won't be paying any attention at all. I'll like check scores the next day. This is going to be like back in the 1970s. There was like one game on a week, and then you just had to check the newspaper the next day to see who won.
Yep.
That's what's going to happen for me in soccer.
I can see that. All right, so that's our Comeback Kids segment. Let's move on now to the What Would Jesus Do segment. That's where we get you to throw us scenarios where Jesus might find himself in if he were to come back in today's time. Use Twitter for this one. Use the hashtag PTGWWJD at Pass the Gravy Pod on Twitter. That's how we find these. We're going to do this segment until you guys stop submitting scenarios for us. But the WWJD bracelets, when we were growing up, they always just said WWJD. They never told you what he would do. I always felt like they should. Since I later had a podcast, I decided that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to tell you what Jesus would do on the podcast. Hashtag PTGWWJD. Throw us your Jesus scenarios, and we will get to the bottom of it. This is the What Would Jesus Do segment.
Jesus, what would Jesus do? Jesus, what would Jesus do? Put him in a situation in a matter of time. If he wrote the jingle, do you think he'd make it rhyme? So think about this crazy world in which we live today, and how would Jesus handle it in any given way?
All right, this week's What Would Jesus Do is from Jordan Welch at J_Welch2795 on Twitter. Jordan says, if Jesus bought a vehicle for himself, what would be the make, model, and color of his car? Not sure if he would be a car or a truck guy. I mean, I think this is a pretty open shut case. I did research on this one, actually. Not a truck guy, too flashy. Jesus would drive an Accord. He'd drive a Honda Accord. I even specifically went to a 1997 gray Honda Accord is what I came up with. Why? Because there is the verse in the Bible that we've seen on the meme that says, "For I did not speak of my own accord," because he's not flashy. It's not a flashy car. He's not even bragging about having a car back in the day, you know? That was John 12:49, if you want to fact check, but used a real Bible verse there. And yeah, he said Accord in the Bible. He literally talked about an Accord in the Bible. I think it's a gray one because that's not flashy. Red's kind of flashy. White's kind of, white seems like that, but that gets dirty. I think gray is the perfect, just blends in with everybody else. I think he's going to go like a 97 Accord because he doesn't need a brand new car. He doesn't need all the bells and whistles. He's Jesus. He's just a chill dude, wants to blend in with everybody. He's like with the common man, even though he himself is not a common man.
Robert, you want to take a guess before I give everyone the correct answer?
I think he is a truck guy because he's a carpenter and he needs a vehicle that can move the stuff around. And I think it's going to be a lifted truck.
Oh, wow.
Maybe
no, definitely not.
Maybe have some of those those nuts thingies at the back hanging.
JC's going to have truck nuts is what you think.
Yeah. And he might make his headlights look like it's like they're, like giving you the glare. And it's obviously going to be like...
Jesus is a douchebag and
It's obviously going to be like a bright red truck. Ford F-150 maybe.
What was Jesus's most famous miracle?
Water into wine.
No. It was walking on water. Jesus's vehicle would be the Amphicar Model 770, manufactured from 1961 to 1968. Jesus is going to have a car that he could drive right in the water and just Keep
he
on
doesn't
going.
need to do that because he can just walk on the water.
Yeah, but it's on brand.
You can just get a boat.
He's gonna have an aqua car, dude. Jesus can walk on water, and so can his car. Why get a boat when you can just drive your car right in?
And I think yours, I would say,
I'm
mine
one,
makes the most sense.
Robert's
Yours is the
two,
second
because
most sensible, and then
ours-
Robert's is just crazy.
Mine's on brand. Roberts is just practical. He needs a truck for his
JC
job
was,
that makes
if
sense.
he was, but he doesn't need a lifted truck with the douchebag lights and the truck nuts. Like he would have a work truck
You
if
want
that
to see
was
Jesus
it.
coming. You want to see Jesus coming. All right. Jesus, you're going to know he's coming. Plus,
not a flashy
he's going to
guy.
have a wrap for his carpentry business on it. It's just smart marketing.
Yeah.
Smart marketing. You're the Honda Accord. You're third. You're third.
It's in the Bible.
You're third. You're third.
Talks about it according to Bible. He doesn't talk about lifted trucks or truck nuts.
You're third.
You're third. Shut up, Bo. Why don't you go choke on some more water?
I'm trying to see if there was an American-built aqua car, because that's what he would definitely take. This one's built in West Germany.
Was there one?
I know.
Jerusalem.
I know LBJ had one, and like at his home in Johnson City, like on his property, he used to freak people out by acting like the brakes were out and driving right into a pond, and then just like, you know, the car would keep going because he was kind of
LBJ.
Yeah, just showing people his dick and then driving them into ponds. That's what that guy did.
What a wild dude. What a wild dude. So yeah, 3 different answers right there. Let us know what you guys think Jesus would.
Oh, actually, you know what he would have? It's the modern version of it. No. It's just a modern one. It's the Panther. Do you remember? You remember seeing the ads for this thing? It's like kind of a Jeep looking thing, but people would drive it right into the water. And like you used to see videos of it on Facebook back in the day, and like they'd hook up like parasails and not jet skis, but like tubes and wakeboards and shit behind it. And this thing can fucking move. So that's what it's gonna be. It's called the Panther.
Go with the Honda Accord.
Nah.
Go with the Honda Accord. You know what?
Yeah,
else?
V6 VTEC gasoline engine.
If Jesus was, I don't know about his car, but if we were talking beer, he would definitely be drinking Southern Star Brewing Company beer, because that's the best beer on the planet. That's not up for debate. I mean, you can debate which of their beers is the best. We could maybe have 3 separate answers again on this podcast, because they just have so many options. If you want my personal favorite, perfect summer beer right now is the Strawberry Bombshell Blonde, but you could always go with the classic Bombshell Blonde. That's the one that brought him to the dance. That's what everybody fell in love with first, and you never forget your first love. That hottie, that hot blondie right there on the front of that can. Damn. But then they got the Strawberry Bombshell Blonde, great for the pool, great for crushing a couple of those while you're hanging out in the water, maybe you're at the lake, at the river. Yeah, look at that. Look at that, fellas. Not bad at all. Not bad at all. Then they have Coast to Coast that they just put out. Fuzzy Pedal? Fuzz Pedal? That's what
Fuzz Pedal, yep.
Fuzz Pedal, their IPA that they also just came out with, which is, I haven't had it just yet, but I've heard nothing but good things. Shout out to Tessa. She hit us up on Twitter today and said the only beer company that can get me to drink IPAs, and it was a Southern Star Coast to Coast. Yeah, I don't drink IPAs except
I tried to find it today and I couldn't.
And I'm like, I get it. The Bombshell Wit, if you can still get some of that, I still have a case of that. It's absolutely delightful.
I'm all out. I'm sad.
A real treat. And then the Southern Brunch, the Citrus Shandy. It's basically a beer mimosa. Awesome stuff. I mean, I'm telling you, go up to the brewery. Just tell them you're part of the Gravy Gang. 3525 North Fraser Street up in Conroe. We got a big Pass Gravy flag hanging by where you get your tokens. Be like, yo, I'm Gravy Gang. I'm like, oh, okay, what's up? Come over here. Try some of these. And they give you the little like ketchup cup or ketchup size cups that they put the little samples in and let you sample them so you don't commit to a full beer before you know what you're tasting. Try the Yuli, the pineapple IPA.
La Piña.
They got awesome stuff that's available just in the tap room, and then they have all of the classics that you can get in stores too. If you're drinking a Southern Star, hit us up on Twitter. Let us know you support the people supporting the podcast. They are at Southern Star Brewing Co. and at Southern Star BC on Twitter and Instagram, and then we are at Past Grade Pod on Twitter and Instagram. So let the people that support the pod or that promote their stuff on the podcast, let them know you're supporting the people that support the podcast. Southern Star Brewing Company, the best beer in the entire world, the official beer sponsor of Past the Gravy podcast. This, guys, is the Not Cool segment.
Not cool, man. Dude, that's not cool.
Not cool. Not cool.
Dude, that's not cool. That's not cool, man. Dude, that's not cool.
Not cool. Not cool.
Dude, that's not cool. That's not cool. That's not cool.
I have a pretty quick one I can do
Mhm.
for my not cool. I think I talked about it last week, but they've been doing construction on the street when you pull out of my apartment, and they've like had to reroute lanes. So like there used to be 2 lanes going one way. Now there's like oncoming traffic is going the other way, and it's been rerouted. So like several times, like I'm going in the new right-hand lane and somebody else is coming the wrong way because they didn't realize how the cones work because they're fucking stupid. And like I'm going this way. I'm not backing up, buddy. And like, what do I do? And you do that like miming in the car to the other person who's trying to mime to you to be like, no, I go for it. I'm like, I'm not, like, you fucked up. I'm not backing up. You fucked up. I'm not back. We're gonna sit here. We're gonna sit here until this is fixed. It's just little like things like that have really just happened a bunch lately. There's a bunch of cars that are now backed up. Like, so like if you're trying to pull out in the afternoon, like sometimes you got to wait a while to pull out because there's just cars in a line down there to get to this light. And then yesterday I was on my way home from work and I turned into my street, and that was where like they've rerouted that lane, and there was a truck waiting to turn into this business, but there was so much traffic on the other side that there was just like a log jam of like he wasn't going to pass, and that guy was waiting to turn left for 10 minutes, and everybody behind him had to like just sit behind him, and it was not ideal. I was like, I can see my house. I can see my house. Just at that point, like you got to just go straight, then you got to U-turn, then you got to come back and you got to right turn into that bitch when you can. You're holding so many people up, and the lack of awareness was fucking bullshit.
I'm sorry. No, at that point, the people that are blocking him from turning left, one of you just sit for 1 fucking second and let the truck pull in.
Yeah, it wouldn't take long at all.
Because it was like everybody was waiting for that light. And then it was just like, it was so backed up that then finally when somebody did that, I don't know, it was a pain in the ass.
I guarantee you the light wasn't 10 minutes long. I guarantee you it went at least twice where people just wanted. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
It's also like,
but you just keep pulling forward and go,
that,
fuck
though.
that guy,
That,
fuck that guy, fuck that guy, fuck that guy. Just let him pull in. He's not going to stop you at all.
He was so like, but he wasn't like like at a certain point, it's like, you got to make a move, dude. Just go, just fucking boss hog it, and they'll have to stop or they're going to hit you. Like, just turn left. It's not that hard. It's not that hard. But that guy was like, it's the guy that goes to the guy that like pulls out of a shopping center, goes to like the median thing, and it just waits 10 minutes to go because they're so hesitant to like jump out in front of a car. It's like, you got to just go, man. Just go, speed up. And it was to turn into a fucking parking lot, man. Like at that point, like after the second light cycle happened and you weren't getting over, like you just got to go straight, turn around, and then turn right in there, man. Like that's like you're not making decisions in a zombie apocalypse. You're gonna not make it, dude. Like I
would have just laid on the horn
way too much.
The dude that pulled up enough to block me from entering the parking lot.
Dude had no balls. When you're not the dude had no balls. Didn't have a truck nuts on. Yeah, I'll tell you that much.
I would have pointed my car at the person who's blocking the entrance for there, which you're not supposed to do anyway, and just sat on my horn. And just sat and stared at him and be like,
I mean, dick move for those people, but like 3-4 light cycles to turn left, like get the fuck over it, dude. You like if you're not like committed enough to just turn left at a certain point, like, and it might be awkward, you might have to wait, but you just like that was on him at that point. Like I get it. It's stupid on both sides, but I was like, bro, you are holding up every car behind you because you won't just fucking make a move. I was 5 cars back, so it was like I was too far back to where he wasn't gonna get that I was honking at him. And I didn't want the people in front of me, like they were in the same spot I was in. But then,
I was just giving a quick honk and like pass it forward.
It was to the point where like the light had gone so many times to where like it was just like you couldn't go the other way. Like it was so backed up where like people were in the intersection, because then there's the people that are like, oh, the light's green, even though I can't go past this intersection, I'm just gonna wait in the intersection for my turn. It's like, no, you're not. And then like 2-3 light cycles of that, just it was chaos. It was absolute chaos. So yeah, just the construction on my street is really just not cool this week. What about you guys?
I've what is this, 5 weeks in a row for me on the same exact fucking problem. Xfinity. They here's the thing. They did finally come out on Saturday, like they said they would, and replace the line. We get back home on Monday morning. My sister goes back, sees that they've replaced the line. They also buried it but we were only getting like 20% of the speed we were supposed to get. So she runs another speed test, and eventually it's like 20. So far, the best we've gotten is like 44% of the internet speed we're supposed to be getting. So they have to come out again on Saturday.
When they come out there, do they not just like check it with y'all? Like that's what
Apparently
they
not.
need to do.
We weren't here this Saturday. We were out of town for Father's Day, but they're like, we're going to come on Saturday. We're like, cool. We're not going to be here. All you have to do is let yourself in the back on the side gate, do your job and leave. But like, I guess they just didn't check.
You would think they would do a speed test and be like, oh, well, let's make sure. That's what I don't get is like when people are like, oh, yeah, you're right. Like when I was telling you a couple of weeks ago where it was like, my AC was installed sideways or it wasn't installed the right way. So then it dripped, which is why they had to just cut all of the sheetrock out of the back of my washing machine. And it was like, that was the same AC that they had to give me a new AC because the other one went out. And instead of fixing it, they're like, well, you're going to go out without AC for like 3 days. That'll be fine. Right. And it's like, no, just do it right. Just do it right when you do it that way. And then there won't be other things that have to be done. It's a fucking pain in the ass.
Fucking assholes. But yeah, no, so it's just more Xfinity. Just not we get a guy to come out and he doesn't do his job. He goes, oh, we're gonna have to send somebody else out, which we've since learned the first time when that guy came out and he only checked inside that he should have had the tools in his truck to do the thing in the back. He didn't do it. We get a second guy to come out, does that job, but doesn't complete that because he's like, oh, I buried it, not even gonna test it to see if it's working correctly. So like, fuck. So now we got to get him to come out again, which means I got to clean the shit out of the inside of my house, including this room, because I've got like a hookup or something in here.
Just slide everything away from the wall, basically, is what that means. Throw it in the hair pile.
No, I think they said he needs to clean the hair pile too.
No, that's in my bathroom. He has no reason to go in there.
For optimal, like
this fucker has a hair pile.
Yeah.
You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna move the hair.
We're gonna just fuck.
I'm gonna move the hair pile into this room on the carpet in front of the hookup he needs to get to. I ain't cleaning shit. Fuck these people. You know why I live like this? Because I'm in such a bad mental state because I can't get the fucking internet that I'm paying for.
Start saying that.
It's just
you gonna pay for my fucking therapist? You fucking son of a bitch.
It's a bigger not cool for my sister because I don't deal with any of this. She's the one that has to do it all on the phone. I ain't fucking dealing with these people. Can't do it. I can't. I can't fucking deal with these people. So yeah. Hopefully next week I'll have a new not cool and not Xfinity for the 38th. Dude, my Xfinity not cools might go longer than your crawfish streak by the time this is over.
I don't know. We'll see. We'll see.
Trust me. It would never get that long because I'm not joking. I would kill somebody at their company before then.
Is that coming to an end soon? The streak?
Probably.
Yeah.
Probably. Like I'm not gonna go in the off season again. I'm done with it, man. Like I don't look.
Let me know. I want to be a part of the final one.
Yeah, I got to figure like a cool date. Like I don't know how many weeks are left of the season. I think there's like at least like a month left.
You don't have to pick like something super special. Just be like, all right, this is probably gonna be the last one. Let me pick a place that I like. We'll plan like we'll go to dinner there or something.
Done. So maybe we go to LA Fisherman #2.
Yeah, and we'll go get crawfish for dinner sometime. Yeah. On a Thursday or Sunday.
Everybody giving me crawfish recommendations is cool, but then like it's like the people are, bro, you can't. Nothing that you say even matters unless you come down to Jackson, Mississippi, and try these crawfish. I'm like, I'm not gonna drive that far. Or it's like always like the furthest places in the world are the people that are like, you gotta come out here and try these. I'm like, that I wish, man. If I'm in Sealy, I will absolutely stop by and try some crawfish. I'm not gonna drive out to Sealy though.
Bro, what do you mean you're not gonna drive all the way out to Pasadena? I mean, I'm not gonna drive all the way out to Pasadena. What the fuck do you mean?
Well, Kyle Ripken, bro, he didn't miss any of those games. Yeah, but he didn't have to like drive himself to the game.
Yeah. Cal Ripken didn't have to drive from New York to fucking Florida, okay?
Right.
Just for
team bus or plane.
Just for one game and then immediately go back after the game.
But like, I mean, I don't know, man. I'm getting to the point where like, I love crawfish.
Of course, it's delicious.
It's a chore every weekend now.
Yeah, now you're gonna have more time for you, especially because Big Brother is coming up. And that's less time for you as is. You don't need to be having 16 things going on every fucking week that you're obligated to do. Now you got one less. You're adding one and taking one away. You're not just putting more on your plate.
I'm so like, this is like the least like enthusiastic I've been for Big Brother to start.
Oh, I was thinking about it the other day.
I'm gonna be sucked into it. Like I'm gonna be very excited when it starts, but it's like the amount of work that I know it's about to like just add on. It's like 3 nights a week, editing the 3 nights a week, going live the 3 nights a week, setting this up, taking the notes, following this, setting up a fantasy draft to do this, making sure like Emma's gonna be doing classes during some of the days. So like I gotta like Pat's set on Thursdays. So it's always Pat on Thursday. I gotta make sure Chris is good for Sundays. It's like a whole thing. And it's like just trying to organize it. I'm like, I really enjoyed the other 9 months. So I didn't have that, but it's gonna be good. I'm gonna make sure it's quality. Like I'm not gonna do a shit podcast. And that's the whole thing. It's like if I was gonna do it, I'm not gonna half-ass it. So I'm gonna go all in on it. And I'm gonna enjoy Big Brother. And like the beginning of Big Brother, a lot of seasons is the most fun because there's all the people and all the drama that's going on. And we're gonna get into that. And like, I don't want to get too big into Big Brother, but it's like, like future me is I got about 2 weeks. And then it's just like Sunday, Wednesday's doubles with Pass the Gravy, and then Thursdays. So like 4 podcasts a week.
Or you just don't do,
Blue comes back,
or you just don't do Wednesdays. Or you just don't do do it a Thursday, Sunday show. You don't. I think we talked about this already. You don't have to do 3. That's so much. Thursday, me and you will cover Wednesday and Thursday.
But if you do the pod, man, you can't half-ass it. That's the thing.
It's not half-assing.
It's kind of half-assing it.
I mean, to not do it after every single fucking episode. That's
yeah. And
I get what you're saying, but
aren't the Wednesdays the ones that like you know everything by that point, but before watching the episode, right? Because Thursdays is a live.
They usually like through like Tuesday, it's kind of like recorded and then they show on the like. I mean, I watch the live feed, so like it's like a cheat code. It's like spoilers, but you're just watching it in real time. So a lot of times you know what's going on and like what will be in the edit. You just wait and see how they edit it. But that's kind of like the point of the podcast, though, is to be like, okay, so today they showed this. In reality, what happened was this entire conversation happened after that, and like that's the fun part about the Big Brother podcast, where you're like, so they framed it like this guy's the bad guy. What really happened was this, and like none of that was really the way it was perceived. So like that's kind of the job of the podcast, is to like break that down and point out like what people missed out on.
So
I don't know that we may take some Wednesdays.
You said we've got like
we may take some Wednesdays off.
What'd you say? We've got like 2 weeks left before this begins. Yeah. Okay, so I got another not cool to add in real quick. When I was up this weekend, me and my brother watched Many Saints of Newark, the Sopranos movie. So then, of course, now I've started The Sopranos again. So that means I've got 2 weeks to watch the entire run of The Sopranos, so that I can just dedicate to watching and actually helping you this season and watching live feeds and being as up to date as you. Because the other day I was like, man, I could totally just cancel Paramount Plus. I don't fucking care. And I was like, I gotta help Alex. I was like, I already said I could help. I would help.
I'm gonna need it now.
But along those lines, I was just like, dude,
I
don't fucking care about the season at all. And I was like, I will once it gets going. But
that's
yeah,
the
dude,
thing.
there's like no build up excitement to this one this year for some reason.
But like we're also like not built up for the excitement because we don't have a cast yet. When the cast gets released, we're gonna start getting to look at it and be like, dude, fuck that guy. I fucking hate that guy already. Like that's the best part about it, where you have absolutely no idea who these people really are. You watch a 5-minute interview of each of them, and then we do an entire show where we are like, all right, let's draft these people and see whose person that we take wins. And like, oh, well, I think this guy seems like a douchebag. And then you look back and you're like, I picked this guy to be the first out. He fucking won the game. Okay. Everybody's an idiot.
This last
Everybody's
year?
an idiot.
But my one I'm most excited for this year is like, okay, are we going to get another one where there's like 2 white people in the house and they're just like, all right, everyone gets together. Like, all right, fuck Whitey. Let's get him out immediately. That was really funny last year. Like it sucked for gameplay because it was just everything was predestined.
Alliance made of black people that was called the Cookout, and their job was to make sure that the first black winner of Big Brother happened. And they did. They were the top 6 finishers. And we don't need to get into Big Brother talk.
No, it wasn't, but it was just like, are they going to do it again this year? Are they going to have terrible television this year?
Yeah, it just became very predictable towards the end. And I remember we're like 6 weeks left. Like, fuck, we have another month of this.
It was great.
Hopefully this season
them,
is just
it didn't make for compelling television.
I don't know how you can do that 2 years in a row though. But like, again, like
dogs.
If the white if a white person takes out somebody else, like it's like you can't like I don't ever want to go on the show anymore, man. Like I never I used to
everyone
want
go
to,
with
but
a
it's like,
dog.
I would just be like,
Everyone
hey
gets
guys,
paired with a random
I
dog.
just don't want to upset anybody. I don't want to have everybody going with a dog.
Not their
Or not a
dog either.
dog,
They
it's
just get a
like-
random dog.
That'd be fun. All right, that's enough Big Brother talk. Subscribe to Pass the Grade Bro, though. Pass the Grade Bro podcast. Go like us on Instagram and Twitter at Pass the Grade Bro, as well as Pass the Grade Pod. Follow us everywhere. Bo, what was your not cool this week?
I got a package delivered too soon. It came at 5:30 in the morning.
Ugh.
Yes.
Was it like one you had to sign for?
No, thankfully not. But I'm not awake at that time. Like there's no neighborhood that I'm in. It's just street. So, it's just anyone could walk up and take it. So I'm like, I don't want it delivered at 5:30 in the morning. I think I had it scheduled to be delivered because it was like free overnight, and it said like from 5 to 8 or from 7 to 11. I'm like, okay, well, I'll do 7 to 11. I'll be awake during those hours. And they were like, oh, I guess between 7 and 11 means 5:30 in the morning.
Fuckers.
Yeah, it's definitely not between that time period. That does suck. But it wasn't stolen though, right?
It was not.
That's good.
Oh, and I also almost died during this podcast, but that's
Yeah.
neither here nor there.
Yeah, and he almost drowned.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's what we're
I
used
know,
to about the podcast. Robert almost drowns on the podcast.
I said something really funny and almost killed Robert.
It's hilarious. Too bad it was,
Laughter
too
is
bad it
not
was
always
cut out.
the best medicine. We'll cut it out. Don't worry, I have the raw footage. I'll put it
Yeah, we create the narrative, Robert.
in. Yeah, that does suck. That's solid, not cool. Solid, not cool. All right, let's move on to our final segment of the week. It's the answers segment where you guys send us any questions at all, any ideas, any thoughts, a high thought, maybe a drunk thought, something you came up with, and any ideas you want to pitch to us, you want relationship advice, we got you at Pass Grade Pod. Use the hashtag PTG answers. You can also email them to us, answers@passgradepod.com, or go to passgradepod.com and just go click. You can like interact with us and send us your answers question there as well. But we do not check that anywhere near as often as we check Twitter. Twitter is the go-to for the answer segment. Hashtag PTG answers to @PassGradePod on Twitter. The answer segment is brought to you by littlemshop.com. littlemshop.com. A little bit of everything for you. You want some gifts. You want some custom keychains. You want some t-shirts. You want some great paper goods, some teas. The air fresheners. Let's just start that. That's the bread and butter. That's the goat of Little M, the best air fresheners on the planet. You can go get those for very, very cheap. And then you use the promo code PTG. You're going to get 10% off your order. And also when you have an order over $10, you're going to get free shipping. So you get free shipping and 10% off your order when you use promo code PTG it's promo code PTG69, excuse me. It's promo code PTG69 for 10% off your order. And then if you order $10 or more, you're going to get free shipping. Shout out to Danielle Weston. Danielle Weston was ordering some stuff from Little M this week. And if you order and like you let Little M Shop know that you're Gravy Gang, let them know you heard about it on Pass the Gravy, we'll throw in a little like Pass the Gravy sticker. Like that's what they're being instructed to do. Like they throw in a little PTG sticker, so you get a little freebie with your purchase. And I mean, Little M is not an expensive place, so it's pretty easy to you can get a lot for $10. So free shipping on orders of $10 or more, and you get 10% off of your order when you use promo code PTG69. It's littlemshop.com, littlemshop.com. Follow them on Instagram and Twitter. They're at Little EM Tweets on Twitter, and on Instagram, they're at Little EM Shop, littlemshop.com, littlemshop.com, the official sponsor of the Answers segment.
Well, if you just answered the question, why just answer the question? Be honest, no big deal. Yeah, answer the question.
Don't change the subject, just answer the fucking question.
Any questions?
Shout out David S. Pumpkins.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Our first question is from our podcast son, Skylar Lester.
Oh my God, it's Tyler!
At OMG, it's Skylar on Twitter. And he says, if you're experiencing a higher volume of calls than normal, doesn't that make it your normal volume of calls? I feel like maybe he's kind of going through something like you and Adam are currently going through, where you just got to keep calling a place to like get customer service, and they're always like, yeah, due to a high volume of calls, we're experiencing longer wait times than usual. And it's like, no, you're not. It's always every single time I've called, it has been a higher
No, you
volume
just
of
won't
calls.
hire. You won't hire enough people. That's what it is.
Well, but like if 1,000 calls at once is a higher volume of calls, even if you only have 4 people working the phones or whatever, like 4 people working at that point in time, like if your average is like 1,000 calls at the same time, I don't care how many people are working, that's your normal volume of calls. If regularly that is how many people are calling you, that's your regular volume. You can't just lie about it.
Yeah, if every time
We
you
should
call, you get that thing, higher volume of calls, then no, you're not getting a higher volume than normal. It is the regular. You need to hire more people. It's called supply and demand. There's a high demand. You need to
So they
fill
make
the
that
supply
money.
at your company. You're
They
still
just-
going to make a
they
shit.
just
You're going to make more
run
company.
somebody into the ground, being like, hey, you're gonna be customer service, but you're gonna have
No.
to deal with 1 million angry people a day.
They don't
It's you
understand.
and
If they
3 other
hire,
people.
if they hire more people, it'll be better customer service. People will be happier. You'll get more people that are buying your product. They're just like, yeah, but if we just fuck over the people that work here, actually, it's more fuck over the customers. Like, we're at a level where we know enough customers won't fucking leave. We'll just make them unhappy, but they'll still keep paying us.
Right, because it's so difficult to get a hold of a human being. It's like, that's the robot one. You're like, I don't know, I would like to transfer me to an operator. And they're like, please verify your age. And you're like, what? No, I'm not talking to a robot. Just 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. It's fucking stupid. But if you ever like go to like the store, like if I go to the Comcast store, they're like, dude, you paying how much on your bill? Bro, I can like lower like your bill by $30, man. Why are you paying that much? And it's because the guy at the store is just like, he clocks in, he clocks out.
Like, why am I
He's
paying that
just there
much?
to, like,
Because
help people
every
out.
time
The guy on the phone's just getting yelled at all the time.
Yeah, it's like, why am I paying that much? Because every time I try and call, I can't talk to anybody ever. That's why I'm paying that much, because in 6 months, I've tried on 4 separate occasions, sat there for 30 minutes, didn't get anyone, and I fucking hung up.
Yeah, it is definitely if your higher volume of calls than normal is always happening, that is your new normal. That's what we've been taught in the last 2 years. This is the new normal, guys. You have to adapt. Okay, we're all in this together, company. All of us, we're all in these trying times. We are all in this together.
Yeah. Sorry about that, Tyler. Or
Yeah.
Skylar. Tyler.
Or no,
What the fuck?
Skylar. He's not saying it's happening to him, but if it is happening to he's in peace.
I'm sure it is.
But yeah, it definitely does make that your normal volume of calls. However many are the regular amount, if it's always over, then that's their new normal. Alex O at Alex McThunder 1 is the person asking us our next question. And Alex says, what is the best food to throw in a food fight?
I don't
wrote down
remember
a
who.
couple of answers here.
Somebody said it in there, but I think it maybe not necessarily mashed potatoes. I think mashed potatoes is the best, but any food that's kind of semi-solid to where it's going to hit, stick, and splatter, and you're going to get get splash damage.
So I didn't put, it's not necessarily the order I would put it in, but I would say it's pretty close to around the order. I put potatoes, and also just think about like you have like a regular, like just a potato that you just a full potato.
Oh, that'll fuck someone
Not
up.
even mashed potatoes, just that's kind of funny to think about. But dangerous. I put potatoes, eggs. Eggs is just like eggs go everywhere.
Well, it's got to be scrambled eggs. You can't really
Scrambled,
throw a regular egg. It's
sunny
just gonna
side up,
dissipate on throw.
dude. Sunny side up egg. You throw that, you get the goo everywhere. Like,
but as soon as you throw it, it's just going to explode and splatter. You're not going to have any directional
but
ability.
it's chaos. And in a food fight, if
It's
everybody's
true.
throwing food, it goes everywhere. I put pie/cake because just like somebody getting hit with a pie is never not funny, right? Like pie and cake in the face, pie and cake hitting anybody, always funny. Beans is kind of like buckshot to me in a food fight, I would think. You know, buckshot, you don't necessarily hit them in like, it's not a death blow, but like you throw a handful of beans and that's got a wide area that's going to spread out and hit people. You can hit 12 people with a handful of beans. I think beans might really like mashed potatoes
Beans
seem
is
like the
good.
best because you could snowball it, but I think I think
refried beans because it's got some thickness to it too.
It's like a mashed potato bean,
But you are going to have some scatter shot,
which is kind of what you want in a food fight. Like you're not trying to fight. Like it's not about accuracy. It's about who's getting messy. And
fruit cup would be good because I'm picturing like school foods. You know, it'd be really fun too if you have like a soda you get from the gas station and one of those type of cups, and you just sling it over your head like a grenade up in the air. That's a soda bomb.
Jello or pudding.
I think Jello. Like when I'm throwing it, I'm trying to hit somebody with it. I'm trying to hit somebody with it though. You throw Jello, it's gonna fling apart immediately, and it's gonna get a lot of people.
But what if they're the cubes? You know?
Oh, I think it's still gonna. If you throw it hard enough, and I'm throwing it hard.
So okay. Also, just pudding. Just think about those snack packs. You peel the top off. You don't even really have to throw it. You just go like you just flick.
Same thing with
it just shoots out.
Same thing with the fruit cup. No, you know it'd be really good too, but I would never waste it because I love this food. The rectangle pizza, because that hits somebody in the side of the face.
The little boat.
Oh.
I also put spaghetti just because spaghetti is kind of a wild card, and that just
that's a great one.
A handful of spaghetti and just somebody gets whipped with it. It's all kinds of crazy, hilarious stuff could happen. You got the tomato sauce going everywhere. I mean, I think all of those are pretty great. I think I was going to say potatoes. That seemed like it was the popular answer when you looked at Twitter, but I really think
it might be refried beans.
I think beans, just beans in general.
I'm still going to go mashed potato because beans, I don't think I could form into a snowball. I think I could form mashed potatoes into a snowball and have actual like accuracy.
I'm trying to think like other ones.
Because you want chaos, but you know there's one person that you want to hit.
Potatoes seem like, but you hit that person first, and then you're just like, food fight. And that's when you're just grabbing it. And at that point, like, it's what you got left. And I think it's the sides that you got to load up on beans, you got to load up on mashed potatoes, and then just anything that's like, it's going to be a pain in the ass to have on you.
Also,
with strawberries, that's not the worst thing in the world, you know?
Robert, what are you thinking? Any food come to mind for you?
Yeah, I'm thinking maybe like a dinner roll, some marshmallows, maybe some cotton candy.
Cotton candy?
Those are terrible choices.
Yeah, maybe like
well, the dinner roll is good because you can still just peg somebody with it hard.
The dinner roll is the one that you throw at the person that you're just like, fuck you. Like that's who you want to hit. And then maybe you grab rice. The beans and throw it elsewhere. Rice?
Yeah, mix with the beans. It's like another projectile, beans? Yeah.
I've got a spin-off
mixture of it because it's like paste. It kind of holds it together. I like that.
I've got a spin-off question that's been floating through my head the whole time here. When you're picturing this food fight, and we're all picturing like a school gymnasium, right? Or a school cafeteria. Is there a song that you're hearing that's going during this food fight? Because for me,
Ramones, Hey Ho, Let's Go.
I'm picturing. I think it's called the Overture of 1812. Da da na 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 na. Like I'm picturing just chaos, food flying, because like in my head it's like a mixture of food flying everywhere and the explosions from V for Vendetta when Parliament's being blown up and that music is going off and it's just that's beautiful in my mind. I want to make a movie just so I can make that scene.
Kate Bush running up that
with I still don't. I just want to make a movie so I can make a scene where that song's playing during a food fight. I want to direct one scene of a movie, and I want it to be that. All right, reset.
Just let us know. What would you guys go with? Besides, like, let's take like mashed potatoes is the easiest answer.
I think the top three answers we had there were the mashed potatoes, the refried beans, and spaghetti. Spaghetti is a severely underrated choice in that.
Spaghetti, yeah, it's like
you got to have marinara. You can
have so much spaghetti too.
It's got to be spaghetti marinara. Like you can't have like butter noodles. Like you want that marinara flying everywhere and just. Like I said, splash damage on other people.
If I went to if you go to school knowing there's about to be a food fight, like you're trying to start it, I would just load up the biggest Ziploc bag I could with spaghetti. Throw the meat sauce in there, and it's like, dude, that's just you just railing on people with that spaghetti.
So you're railing them,
whipping them, whip it good.
That'd be a good song. That'd be a good song for the food fight.
Anything else that we forgot or left out? Maybe that like I guess we can't really do it now, but that would have been a great like mock draft of food to throw in a food fight.
Oh, That would have been so good.
Somebody remind us during mock draft season next year. We'll probably have forgotten by now. So, best food to throw in a food fight. Great. Great question, Alex. Alexis Garcia weighs in with our next question at Alexis Texas _ on Twitter. And Alexis says, what is the point of watching a movie or show in your own language with subtitles? Sometimes it's British people and it's easier to decipher.
Yeah.
Sometimes
Have you ever
like,
watched?
I don't know if you have the volume on low, like, I don't know. Sometimes like I'm not like I'm not sure what people said. So it's like, it's nice to just have that there. I don't always read the subtitles, but it's nice to just have them there.
Yeah, like Peaky Blinders, you have to have them. It's impossible. And then sometimes,
Pretty much
like,
anything
as
I
you get
watch,
older,
if
it's
it
just
has the
easier.
subtitles option, I throw it there.
Here's a big thing though, and this is one of my brother's biggest pet peeves, is when you're watching movies, why can't they ever find a consistent sound volume? How come like some scenes are so quiet and then all of a sudden the music comes, you're like, fuck, and you're like slamming the volume down button on your TV. Sometimes it's easier to just have those subtitles. Like you can hear it, but sometimes you don't hear as well because maybe the TV's farther away or you just got bad hearing. There's a million reasons.
Specific
a lot of the time
words,
do it
yeah. If there's an
I don't
option
always
to
do it.
because I hate it like with like sports. Then I'll be like, oh, like go watch a game on like Paramount Plus or whatever, and it's like a soccer game, and then they've got the subtitles. Like, I don't fucking want subtitles here. Now it's in the field of play, man. I just want subtitles when I watch my shows. When I watch Kenobi, fucking subtitles all over that bitch. Because they'll have like Star Wars names, and it's like, I don't know who that is. Oh, okay, it's spelled out for me.
Yeah. There's a lot of reasons. Like I've become a bigger fan of it as I've gotten older because your ears get worse. It just happens.
Then you get to tell people you're reading. Would you do it? I read a couple of episodes of Kenobi.
Yeah, like I keep it on. Actually, I've noticed, yeah, now I kind of do keep it on most of the time.
So if you want to be like want to smarten yourself up, say you're a reader, when Robert posts the video on Facebook, we have the closed captions where it just assumes what like the words we're saying are, which aren't always right. If you just watch some of the clips we have, it's like that last sentence it's not at all what I said. But sometimes it gets it. More times than not, it does get it. But just watch the entire episode of Pass the Gravy, and then like you can just read the subtitles and say you read Pass the Gravy 467 the book.
I'm still not at that point where I prefer subtitles or I want them on or need them on. Well,
I wasn't at your age either.
Sometimes
It's better to have them and not use them, than not have them when you're like, what did they just say?
If they're going to be on there, then I'm going to be looking at that and I'm going to be distracted from what they're saying. Also, a lot of the stuff is like
you get used to it.
Cropped and you have black bars on top and bottom. Why don't they put the subtitles on the black bar in the bottom instead of cutting into the actual content?
Because
a lot of them are smart though, because sometimes if there's credits at the bottom, then they put it up at the top. And then sometimes when the credits go away, then it moves it back down to the bottom. But usually it's pretty good about it.
If it is at the very bottom though, then you're only looking at the very bottom of the screen and you're missing facial expressions. If it's up a little bit, like on part of the screen, you're catching more of what is going on the screen.
Like I don't even want to see them. I don't like them on. Like if I miss what someone says, I'll rewind it once, and if I still don't understand, I'm like, oh, I guess I'm just not gonna understand what that person said.
But then you miss out on stuff.
Maybe they should make their stuff more clear.
You watch a show with like if you watch Peaky Blinders, like you have to fucking have it because they're speaking British English, and you're like, I don't fucking know what you just said. You said
that's essential.
That's basically like you're saying Spanish, but you're speaking English.
Yeah. So those are the reasons why.
I just don't like subtitles. Not for me.
It counts as reading a book. Are you what are you? Not smart? You don't read books?
I read so many books. I read all the
Wait
books.
to watch the newest episode of Kenobi. I'm gonna read it. Read the book. I care. Good question, Alexis. I'm curious. I'm guessing that actually I'm not that curious. I'm assuming she's somebody that does not watch TV with subtitles based on her question.
Yeah.
Melissa Hyde, what's up, Melissa? At Mel Hyde, myself on Twitter. She says, when Vanilla Ice said "word to your mother" on Ice Ice Baby, what word was it?
Sup.
Like word to your mother.
Sup.
Yeah, I think it's sup. Robert, do you have any other ideas?
Or is it like words? Like here,
It's just word.
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 Give this to your mother. Here's word.
Word.
Give it to her.
Word up.
Yeah.
Well,
I think
in
it's more
that
of a
case,
sub.
Robert, I think the word would be dick.
Maybe.
Give this to your mother for me. Dick. I think it's sup.
I think it's sup. It's like sup.
Not like sa.
No, it's like
No,
Sup.
that's for the bros.
Sup. Yeah, that's what you say to your dudes.
Sa, dude.
Sup. Like,
No, for the
sup.
moms out there, for the milfs.
For the
sup.
mommies. Yeah. All you hot little mommies out there. Sup.
Because it has to be one word, otherwise it would be how you doing.
Yeah. I think he was saying sup.
Yep.
Glad we agreed on that. All right. Last question we got this week from Todd Voss at @as_seen_by_TV. His second appearance on this podcast tonight. Todd says, why is the summer solstice the first day of summer? Since it's the longest day, shouldn't it be in the middle of the summer?
I mean, it probably should be.
No, because
nothing makes sense.
we haven't reached peak summer temperatures yet.
Well, like it
That-
starts with the
that's good, yeah.
longest day of the year, but then it's still like you get to have the long days. So it had to get to like a point where the days are the longest, and then it slowly works its way down. So the days are the longest in the summer, which started Tuesday. this week?
Yesterday. Yeah, Tuesday.
I mean, the summer solstice is technically the first
So
day
it
of
started
summer,
where you have the most daylight, and then slowly, as summer ends, you lose daylight.
but really the first day of summer is
You
the
get
day
the
after
most-
Memorial Day. That's when it starts.
Right. But you get the most summer on the first day of summer, if you think about it, because the light is more lighty longer. Scientific.
Mhm.
Also,
Not right
Fourth of July shouldn't be on the back half of summer. That's why. That's like middle of summer.
But you start with the most, and then you're slowly just winding it down. So it's like by the time that you don't like daylight savings ends or whatever, when it starts getting darker earlier, that's how you know summer's over.
Yeah.
That would be my scientific observation on
I'm on board.
less lighty.
We're all about science here.
Mhm.
Big science guys.
Less lighty.
Very wrinkly brain today. All right, that's it, guys. That's it. Mafia City. I feel like you should sponsor the podcast now because we gave a bunch of free ads. Mafia City, Mafia City, Mafia City. So, screenshot when you get those ads, just so we know that the AI is working, and then we'll tell them, and maybe they'll sponsor us next week. That'd be pretty crazy. Also, keep hitting at the Sugarland Space Cowboys to let us throw out the first pitch and to have a pass the gravy day at the ballpark. Even just give us a suite and we'll fill the suite with Gravy Gang and it'll be fun anyways. But have a great rest of your week. PassTheGravyMerch.com. Get your stuff. Order this week. When you're listening to this, order now to make sure you're going to get delivery by the 4th of July. You'll be the best looking person at your 4th of July party. I am at Alex J. Middleton on Twitter. Pat's at NotPatD and Robert is at Robert Barbosa 03, and we are at Pass the Gravy Pod. Give us a follow, a share us with a friend. That's the best way to grow the podcast. Go give us a 5-star review on iTunes, Spotify, iHeartRadio, wherever you listen to podcasts. Roast us in the comments. Just give us the 5-star review. That helps us a lot. Robert has a podcast he does with his significant other, Sam, every single Monday. A recent study suggests you can hear new episodes on Mondays at A Recent Study Pod on Instagram and Twitter. Go give them a 5-star review and subscribe to them as well. And then, early subscribe to Pass the Gravy Bro. We're getting ready to hop into a whole other podcast with this, but this is always our number one podcast. And we appreciate you guys tuning in and being part of the Gravy Gang. You guys are the best. Anybody else got anything left? Anything else? Nothing else. All right. Well, have a good rest of your week, fam. Until we talk to you guys next, Pass the Gravy. You bitches!
Apple bottom jeans, boots with the furs. Soon the whole club was looking at her. She hit the floor. Next thing